All right, we're live. Yeah, I think I'm about 30 seconds late today because I forgot to hit stream in the one software, and then anyway, it's a process. So thank you everybody for coming and watching us tonight. We're thrilled to have you. I'm excited for tonight. Tonight's going to be Bane. We kind of teased it. I didn't really intend to so much, but
I thought you were drawing Shazam.
I really wanted to just draw Bane. I'll do Shazam too. I've got Shazam that I've got to draw. You know what?
Now who's the tease? We're sitting at dinner tonight and you're like...
I said, oh yeah, I'll do Shazam. I got down here and I did the thumbnail, and number one, I have images of Bane. I've done commissions. I haven't really drawn him enough.
You're sleeping on the couch tonight.
All right.
That's it.
Oh, and another thing I wanted to announce, it's an announcement so much, but Meredith has a microphone. I got her, so I got this whole setup with buttons.
You have no idea, people. You really have no idea.
So she sounds better. You can hear her. Art Jedi says Meredith has a mic now. Hi, Henry Jeremick. Good to have you here. Kenny.
Well, now you're gonna hear everything. Like when I open my can of pop, you're gonna hear that. When I cough, you're gonna hear that.
So yeah, there are drawbacks. Charles Petrie, Frederick's here. All right, so I'm gonna get started, but I wanted to do an applause. I got this. Okay, I'm doing the applause, and it's way off time. I don't even care.
This is probably good that I can't hear what's actually happening in this.
I can't either. I don't have headphones on, so I actually won't be able to hear this. And you guys will, I think, if it works. We'll see. I've never done this. But it has buttons with... Anyway, so I'm hitting applause.
Somebody just say that the applause is
okay,
good.
Here we go. I'm going to try it. So, if it worked, tell me.
It's so painful.
Hi, Nielsen, Antonio.
My gosh, it's so painful.
Charles Petrie's here. All right.
I already said that.
Did I? Oh, really? Again? Charles Petrie's still here? Thank you, Charles. Okay.
Why don't you let me run the stream, Dave?
Yeah. You know
draw, boy, draw.
All right.
All right. Now you're going to hear me swallow when I take a drink. You guys are going to hear me cough. Oh, my gosh. There could be, Cagnia says, oh, so are you saying there could be technical difficulties? Absolutely, that's what we're saying. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Elephant says, haha, it worked. Ryan Parfait says it did.
Oh, great.
It worked, it works. Loomis, Mark Smith, Henry Jeremick says yes. The cat already down here. She's like, dude, it's bedtime already. 8 o'clock. She's like, why are you both down here? Why are you not in bed? I'm tired.
Are you tired?
I was talking about the cat, but yes, I am tired actually. I'm tired today for some reason.
It's Monday. You are consistently tired on Monday. The problem is Monday is a great day for...
You know why? I'll tell you why I'm tired on Monday. I'm tired because you were so much anxiety getting ready for this stream every week. It's like, just roll. We need like a laugh track. Where's my laugh track? There we go.
Got one.
Thank you.
How you like that? I got a bunch.
I should be in charge of the buttons.
Oh, nobody wants that. I'm already bad enough.
We all want Meredith to be in charge.
I got this thing. I told myself I'm not going to press the stupid buttons. I mean, come on.
You're totally going to Kenny Day says someone should message Graham Nolan, see if he's interested in this stream since he's on YouTube. Somebody should message Graham Nolan.
That would be great. I would love to do a stream with him. Yeah, he's great, and he's just a great guy. I really like him. I got a chance to talk to him a bunch a couple years ago, and yeah, he's a good dude.
James Linden wants to know, Dave Finch, how do you keep from indenting the page too much with your 2H while also getting nice darks for your shadows? Let me tell you, James, he does not keep from indenting the page.
It's easy to stop from doing it right now because I'm not pressing very hard to just lay this out. But yeah, it's true.
It's so hard, like when you go back, if you've pushed hard, erasing it, because I've had to erase stuff for you, and it's almost impossible.
Well, and I try to be careful. I'm actually, you know what? I probably press lighter now because I'm doing all my own inks right now, and it's such a... These pens here, the Microns, upside down, the Microns, they actually, you can erase them off, not completely, but enough that they're very grayed out, and you end up having to re-ink, and I've done it, and so I try not to press too hard, but I do. I wouldn't worry about pressing too hard, to be honest, just because I think things like being fast. and things like pressing too hard and those kinds of things are they just kind of come naturally. One day you'll realize you're not really like you're faster, you know, unless you're really not ever like unless you never have a deadline. Deadlines make people faster.
Okay, here we go. Hi, Dave, it's Maddie. I'm currently looking at buying some cool art reactor tech for my room, and I remembered you were doing a live stream, so I wanted to hop on and say hi.
Oh, hi, Maddie.
That's Lance's niece,
yes,
Maddie.
Right?
Not your drinking buddy, Maddie.
You know what? Any of the friends that I grew up with, they're already bored of this. You know what I mean?
No.
They're not really.
Fair enough. They're still not watching.
Yeah, so they're like,
sorry, they're not still watching.
Dave's doing a live stream. That's cool. And then like, all right. It's like my comics. When my first comic, if I go to a friend of mine's house, they can pull out comics I did in 1994 and nothing after.
That's it. Yeah, pretty much. That's
hey, I have the comic where you did, you know, 2 pages of backgrounds.
Been there, seen that.
Yep.
Eric Rovart, our awesome moderator, Eric says, Meredith Finch, you need the badumch sound.
Got that one too.
Oh, Eric, help me. Charles Petrie says, we always heard you cough, Meredith. Now you're going to hear it in surround sound, Charles.
Yeah, now in stereo.
It's going to be awesome.
By the way, when you guys are watching, if anybody notices that one volume is louder than another or that's an issue, just, you know, mention it in the chat. I would
eventually we'll find out half an hour from now when I catch up to that comment.
The thing is, if I had headphones, I could tell, but then I don't want to do that. The other thing that I can do with this is I can take calls, like telephone, like a radio show.
Oh, no, stop now. I can't do it, people. I'm out. I'm leaving. Mic drop.
You know what that means?
My new mic.
You know what that means, though, Meredith? It means that you could actually do this with me. Even like, let's say you traveled somewhere and I was here, you know, then I could still make you do it.
Oh, yay.
So yeah, there's no out.
I feel like we should move on to our first super chat question of the night. Oh, for $2 from Doc Matthew. Well, big week for David Blaine and David and Blaine. Bane. David Blaine is the magician. David and I we need the badump bum.
I'm not doing it again.
I need it.
It's bad enough already.
It's so bad. Oh my gosh. Is there a wah wah wah?
There is. I feel like
when Meredith can't talk.
I can see the people watching going every time I hit one of those buttons.
Elfin wants to know if there's a mute button on my mic in case I have to call.
Watch this. Okay, try and say something.
Am I muted?
Yeah, I think.
Unmute me for a minute. It makes no sense. Oh my gosh, she just muted me. You muted me. So yeah, there's a mute button, but Meredith doesn't have control of the mute button. Dave has control of the mute button.
You know what?
Instead, Meredith literally has a microphone duct taped to a garbage can. I swear to God, Dave used an entire roll of duct tape. And then when I sat down on the couch, he's like, "You're not close enough to the microphone. Your mouth isn't close enough to the microphone." So, like, if you people could see the conditions that I have to work in, you like somebody should call these. Call my union rep.
I got the microphone on Amazon. And if I would have got I had to get a cord for it. I couldn't even get a cord. It would have taken another couple of weeks. And so I thought, okay, I'll just go. There's a camera store. They weren't open today. And so I have no stand for that microphone. I did get a cord. I managed to find it at a different store, though. It was an adventure. Part of the reason, yeah, I'm a little stressed out today. And, but yeah, so I found just some other weird little stand that doesn't go on a microphone and everything's duct taped together. The whole thing, it's too heavy. So it's all duct taped. Before he came down, it actually fell down, the whole operation.
Of course it did. Oh my gosh. You're like freaking, I don't even know.
Hey, look, it's working.
It's working. There you go. Let's move on to the next super chat question from Tyler L for $2. Would you do a stream art book like Jim Lee's?
I'm going to, and actually we talked about that on another stream, and I absolutely am going to do that. What I'm looking at right now, how many streams have I done? I haven't counted.
I literally have no idea.
Anyway, let's say it's 10. I think that might be, it might be that. Okay, I'm going to start inking.
All right. Charles Petrie wants us to have a drum roll for the book of the week. I think that's a great idea. And everybody wants me to take care of the sound. You don't have a drum roll.
Charles Petrie hit my weak spot. I don't have a drum roll. The best I could do is a rim shot.
10 buttons over there. How can you not have a drum roll?
Here, I got a sound for that, though.
I can't hear. What did you like?
A trombone, like a wah, wah, wah.
Oh my gosh. You really should not have. Next week, I need that.
Actually, you know what? That would be awesome. That would be great.
And I needed the mute button for you.
I can't believe I've abused it so much already.
And you can't even hear it. That's what's so embarrassing about it.
I really told myself I'm not going to do it.
Everybody's here to watch Dave draw and play with his new soundboard. Greg L for a super chat for $2. Hi guys, nice sound effects. LOL. Yeah, you say that now, but when Dave's still pushing buttons, half an hour into it, everybody's gonna be like, Meredith, put that thing out with the trash before next week comes.
Yeah, sorry, Greg. But at least you have a microphone, and I do think it's better. I mean, it's your show too. It was not supposed to be, but
nobody thinks it's my show. Everybody I talk to is like, oh, you know, Dave's stream, Dave's live stream, Dave's channel. I'm like, my name's on the show, but nobody thinks I even
gave you first billing.
I know.
Because honestly, Meredith and Dave sounds better than Dave and Meredith.
It's because nobody can see me dancing.
Otherwise, you would be the star. Is that?
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
Man.
Oh my gosh, Maddie was talking about our live streams with Lance at the wedding. Maddie, you're making me digress from what I'm doing here. All right. Kenny Wang, Dave, once you have a good amount of these sketches, you should compile them in an art book.
I'm going to, Kenny, and yeah, absolutely.
Permission to publish it.
What I don't know.
Ask permission to publish it.
Oh no, they would let me do that. That's actually a good point. We'll look into it. I'm sure. I don't see why. Well,
yeah, Jim Lee probably has.
He's kind of a publisher
works for the company.
So yeah, he might have an in there. I think so. But yeah, that never even crossed my mind. I forget about. God, I'm not a business person.
I'm going to say this name wrong, but Majin Sayajin says, hello from France, David and Meredith. David, I'm a big fan of your art. You are incredible. Thank you for your videos and your beautiful art.
Well, thank you very much, Majin. I appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for...
Maybe it's Majin because it's French.
Now we're both saying it wrong, and I'm sure but regardless, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in and, spending some time with us.
Silicon Mongoose, glad to make it this week. Missed last week, and my entire week just didn't feel right.
It's just not the same.
It's not the same.
We need everybody here.
Super chat from BW.
I saw not a person is here. I never even.
And so is the most unique channel name.
Jazz Singh just showed up. Says, "Hey everyone, sorry I'm interrupting again."
Yeah, but that's all right. Force the mic on me. You hit the mute button when I'm talking, and now you're interrupting me. I'm just gonna leave. All right. I had a super chat question from BW for $5. Any chance you can upload your videos from Skillshare and the Gnomon Workshop onto Udemy? That way we can pay once instead of a membership. Y'all rock.
Yes. I'm going to do that. I think we're going to do
our own website.
Okay, look, let's not get all ahead of ourselves right now, but definitely I'm going to, you know what, I had plans, one way or another. However, whatever form it takes, I will have that up in a format that is downloadable, so you can just download that and not have to be a member of Skillshare if that's what you prefer.
Art of Viper is in class right now while watching the stream. Your poor teacher.
In class? Is it night school or is it?
No. Or maybe, yeah, it must be.
Or like the other side of the world.
And Rike Ingles 123 says, Dave, your joy with those buttons is better than the sounds, and the sounds are awesome.
I'm glad because I can't even hear them.
Oh, and Charles Petrie says, please take a call of the week. Ooh.
See, I would like to do that, and you're getting,
call of the week. Oh no.
I actually, you know what? I talked to.
I don't even know how you would do that. Like some randomized call of the week. How would you do that? What
I would do, like let's say, like Jay Fabok. I could say, hey, Jay, let me give you a call at, whatever, 8:30. I could, call him up. It works on Bluetooth. So I can call him. It comes through. It even has a, whatever, I'm not going to go in.
Yeah, stop now.
Right.
Todd Lehman says, I got my book, Meredith, and I love it. Todd, I'm so glad. Or Ted. Sorry, Ted Lehman. Oh my gosh. Meredith I need my glasses. I'm getting old. Can't even read right now. Ted, thank you for supporting the book. And I'm so glad you got it and that you're enjoying it. I had a few this week when I sent out an email and people were like, I didn't get my book. So I'm hoping that I got them all, but I'm sure I'll get a few more. Kenneth Day says you guys are ready for a podcast now with all of that equipment.
Here's the problem, Ken. I couldn't draw on a podcast.
We could just talk. Maybe people like to hear us talk.
Fascinating.
We'll do a podcast 1 week, and when we get 100 people.
Never. I won't do it. My own insecurity. Really, I would feel like basically nobody would want to watch. I would not watch me just sit there and talk.
Viper, I'm sad that I answered your question because he said, yes, Meredith is muted. He's banned. You hear that, Eric? He's banned. Celebrating in my...
Now you're putting Eric in a position. He's like, oh, do I have to take this?
Doesn't actually have to mute him, but I won't ever ask a question now. But you learn the hard way.
Oh man, now I'm gonna look at the screen and wait for another question.
Bash the Meredith. It's like, is that my kid? Is that Everett up there? Is that Everett under a pseudonym?
Maybe.
Tom McArt had to bail today. Schoolwork is killing him. Oh no, no Tom today.
Well, hopefully you'll have more time next week, Tomic. It's good that you were here for a bit. I appreciate it.
He's already gone.
It was good. He might watch it after.
Maybe.
So, Tomic, if you're watching this after, thank you for coming, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
The Primercas has a super chat for $16.99 in New Zealand dollars. Hi, Dave. Huge fan. Just started reading I Am Bane, and your artwork is amazing. Please have the ripped mask on this drawing.
Okay. Yeah, good point. And thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. And I always like things that are torn anyway. So, you don't have to twist my arm.
We need an air horn. Anthony Gee says we need an air horn like a rap song.
I will say, while I don't have some sounds, it actually has a whole, you can program all the buttons. So I could put, next week, I could have all kinds of...
By the way, so I just want you to know that Something Sketchy says that Meredith really is the heart of these streams. So you should be nicer to me and not mute me. You just muted me, didn't you? He just muted me!
Wow.
Is your mic going to pick that up?
Yeah.
Good. Muting your wife. Oh, Russ Hicks says Meredith is still easy to hear, even when muted. It's because I know how to project.
Yeah, she does.
SCS Powerlifting has a super chat tonight. Good to see you, SCS. Raw and Draw, my favorite Nat.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, SCS. This is where I forget the costume and start making things up.
Henry says, Meredith, no worries. Even when he mutes you, we can still hear you anyway through Dave's mic. Ha ha ha.
So I had to get...
That's when you can mute me.
I hit mute by the time you're done.
Perfect.
You know what? Really, this would be a whole better show if you had this thing.
Yeah, I said that at the beginning.
You somehow think that I'd be against that. I don't know why.
I'm pretty sure you said no.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you can have that thing, please.
Well, you said no because you're having fun pushing buttons.
Okay, yeah.
Then once the novelty wears off.
It's worn off.
Didn't take long. Ryan Parfait is a super chat for $4.99. Ironically, Ryan says, I'm working on a Bane piece myself. Do you find it more challenging with proportions when doing exaggerated features like Bane? Love y'all.
Thank you very much, Ryan. I actually find it more difficult to draw less exaggerated characters, like just normal people, because I get so used to drawing. As a matter of fact, actually, when I did Ultimate X-Men, this is a long time ago, it's 2002, I think is about right. Anyway, and with Brian Bendis, and the first cover that I did, I had to draw a Spider-Man on it. This is totally wrong right now. I'm blowing this. Oh, that's what I get for drawing and talking. And no one told me. I found out afterwards. I can't remember who told me. Maybe the editor just let it slip, but basically that cover was like my audition to do the book. I had no idea because they were concerned I wouldn't be able to draw a thinner character like Spider-Man. They, because I was more known for, bigger, beefier sorts of characters. It's what I did more. So yeah, I was auditioning for a job. I had no idea.
You have no idea about law stuff.
That's true.
I love you so much.
I was probably better off to not know that though.
Probably. Can you guys hear the cat too? She's down here. I don't even know why. She's like... She had more than enough food today. All right, next super chat question. Michael Johnson Curry for $9.99. Good to see you this week, Michael. Michael wants to know, when you were breaking in, and he says, I have no idea how old you are. Haha. How did you deal with burnout? And also, When are those live portfolio critiques coming? LOL. I bought earbuds with a mic and everything.
Oh, great. Well, yeah, we will see you then. Thank you for the super chat. And it will be on Thursday on Rob Marzullo's channel. So
this Thursday?
Yeah, this Thursday.
3 days from now?
3 days from now. So yeah, it's coming right up. I'm pumped. It's going to be fun.
All right. I just have to say, your sister's on the stream. Great seeing you guys. We love you and miss you guys too, Leslie.
Oh, yeah. It's great to see you, Leslie. Thank you for coming and watching. And it's nice when we actually catch her in the chat, you know?
Yeah. Not always, but it is nice. Henry Jeremic says, David and Meredith spells damn. Damn. D-A-M. David and Meredith. Or Meredith and David spells mad, which is what Meredith is constantly. When are the kids going back to school?
Oh, please.
It's not true. I had a lovely chat with Everett today. David, are you going to do... Oh, no, I can't ask that question because it's Art of Viper, and he said that I should be muted. Sorry.
Yes, I will do a tutorial on hands soon.
That wasn't even hands.
I saw mass that, though.
Well, it wasn't that question. OMD Photography has a super chat for $4.99. Super excited for tonight. Also, thanks for taking time to review my inks over your pencils. Stoked to see what you think.
Oh yeah, my pleasure, and thank you again. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I checked yesterday, but you hadn't sent it yet, so I'll have to.
Oh, it might be in your Gmail.
It's in Gmail, yeah.
I might have seen it. You should look.
Okay.
Yeah, I read it and didn't unmark it. Also, Brandon, do you want to know how far to give you an idea of how far behind I am in the chat? Brandon East to West Schrock says, I love how it's only 12 minutes in and you're already inking. And we are 22 minutes. I'm 10 minutes behind. I hear a cat, says Sophie Rodriguez. Yep, she's down here asking for food like she always does.
So now I'm going to demonstrate my method for drawing feet.
Which is to put a bunch of rocks there?
Yep.
Corey, while you're doing that, Corey says, Meredith, do you have any advice on story writing? Or could you make a video with advice when Dave is busy? I started reading Rose. Big compliment. Aw, thank you so much, Corey. I don't know. I would think it's easier in some ways to answer questions on writing than to...
You have to plan a video, which
I would have to like really sit down and...
You should do it.
Plan what you need to write video and maybe like starting from nothing and then how I would structure something.
Yeah, my only reluctance with it really is just that I'm the one that edits, and editing is by far and away the most time. Like I did, and I hope you guys saw it, you know, but I did a tutorial on drawing arms this week, which is a real debate for me because I could look at how I draw arms right now, just, you know, like right here or whatever, or I could look at how I learned how to draw arms, and, you know, sometimes it's a bit of it's a decision process to figure out maybe what the best way to approach it is. And yeah, I put a lot of thought into that video, and I decided to go with as much of a Bridgman approach as I could. I have to admit, I'm a huge fan of Bridgman. I'm sure, you know, if you guys have been watching this, you know. But I have actually never read Bridgman. I look at the pictures, you know, like I felt like everything was there, you know, in the art. And every time I tried to read what he was saying, it was just incomprehensible. Like it just starts getting really technical and just odd. Anyway, I got nothing out of it. So I got everything from looking at the pictures. So it was an interesting challenge to try and figure out what to say. Anyway, I recorded the audio like 3 times. Some of it I recorded more than that. And there are places in the audio where it's so choppy because I'm cutting sentences together.
I will say this. I don't know if people understand, but when you're doing your tutorial videos, it takes you an entire day.
Oh, an entire day. This video?
For a 19-minute...
This one took me...
This is your arms
full time,
one?
but it took me...
This is the arms one?
A whole day, and then a couple hours another day.
These
and
are
then
the things
another
that cause me stress.
Yeah, I know. I didn't have time for, like, really, it was rough this week, but I really wanted to just get it done. So yeah. Let's move on to something positive, like the super chat from One Mighty R for $2. It says, my favorite power couple, Dave and Meredith. Thank you, Mighty.
And Esteban Lopez. Oh, hey, Meredith, I bought the trade paperback for Rose and I look forward to reading it. Esteban, I look forward to hearing what you think about it. And thank you so much for buying the rose trade. Oh, I did not, Mr. Super Chat, the Pamericas, because I did get to that. I'm just very slow. I'm very slow on the super chats. Oh, and then what happens is my screen flips. Everybody's like, I hear the cat. Let's see the cat. Leggy 100 is a cat addict because Leggy always wants to see the cat.
It's just a cat, man.
She's a cute little tortoiseshell.
Does that mean something? Tortoiseshell?
Yes.
What's that mean?
That's her coloring. She's a tortoiseshell.
Oh.
A tortoiseshell cat is orange and black and white.
For 10 years, I never knew that.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of stuff you don't know. That's why you have me. And there's a lot of stuff I don't know. That's why I have you.
Wow, look at you trying to be all positive.
I know. I totally tried to reel that one back. I told Everett, I'm like, honey, I'm sorry. I'll try to be less negative.
So is that what you're trying to do?
I don't think it's going to work.
No.
You can't change.
Don't say a leopard can't change the spots.
Okay, I won't. All right. I'm trying to find where I was in the stream. Okay. Because I missed, there's Mighty's chat. And then, here we go. Beliasa? I don't know if I said that right. Belisa? A super chat for $5. How do I send money again? Am I doing it right? No, wait, don't send. You did do it right. You did send money. If you had a question that's beyond the super chat question, I will look for it. Let me know. I'm gonna cough again.
Wait.
I'm trying to get as far away from the mic as I can.
You're muted. Are you good?
Thank you. Yep.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, you need to have that thing.
Yeah.
It would be a much better show.
Oh, Comic Art says we're two pieces of the same heart on the show, and the show wouldn't be the same if both of us wasn't on here. Oh my gosh. Who do I send money to? Leggy 100, I have a question. I'm working on arms and watching a new video, but I'm having trouble seeing the difference between a tricep and a brachius. Brachius, is that right? Do you even know your muscles? No. A tricep is back here.
Okay.
The two muscles
now,
maybe at the back of the arm?
I don't know what a brachius is. So, because I am not an art teacher, I'm an art drawer. I'm trying to teach. Actually, I love teaching.
No, you're not just an art teacher, an art drawer. You're not a kinesiology student.
You know what, though? Knowing the names of the muscles is an important thing in learning.
True. We need a doctor over here.
It's not the type of... I'm not a fine artist. I didn't want... I felt like, okay, I want a focused study of what's going to help me draw better. So knowing the names really was never an aid to me drawing better, because for me, it was a very solitary thing. With my anatomy book and the study, I didn't need to know the names, which is why I never read the words. But trying to explain it now, somebody says the brachius, and I don't know. So, but here's what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to zoom in a bit. And I'm going to show you what I do know, and hopefully you can say in the chat if what I'm saying actually makes sense or if I'm totally off base here. But here's my shoulder. My bicep, I know that muscle. There you go. And then the tricep takes on this kind of a shape, and it's got three heads. It's got the frontal head, I guess, you know, the outside head probably be more accurate anyway. And it's kind of shaped like this. And it attaches to your elbow has this kind of a shape to it, the bone. And then the lower bone has like this kind of a shape to it. And so you've got a bump out here and then a bump out here and here. And this is this one right here. And then there's your major bump out. And then your head, I'm going to draw this from the back too. Then you've got this head, it's a big head, and then there's actually a little smaller one in the middle, which is why it's a triceps, because there are three muscles. So this should be not my deltoid, this should be my thyroid. It's got three major muscles. Anyway, and then, you know, you got your other muscles kind of connecting in there, and you need to get all those going. But so you've got this muscle here, this muscle here, and this muscle. And then from the back, tricep comes, or the deltoid comes around. You got this kind of a shape here. I'm going to draw that connection, my elbow here. Obviously, that's not a very good elbow. You know, we're not drawing the elbow though. And you got your much larger kind of head, inner head or whatever. And then this muscle here, the third head of your tricep. And that's basically your tricep. So if there's another muscle in there, I don't know what it is.
All right. So can somebody change? I have a weird thing on my stream. My stream, if I were to type something, would come up as Slurp Cat. Can somebody change that? Did you do that?
No.
Somebody do that for me?
Is
that because I'm drinking something? Can somebody else change that? That seems weird. I don't want to type something if it comes up as Slurp Cat. Is that because I have a drink so that I don't cough? Oh no! Take this microphone away. I like the old way when I didn't have to worry about stuff like drinking from my tea or my glass because somebody's gonna call me Slurp Cat. Somebody change my name.
I don't think that's possible to do.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know what.
Isaac did it. Isaac. It's like an emote. It's probably Isaac.
Yeah, actually, sounds about
Isaac,
right.
Man.
That sounds about right.
My kid.
And you don't know how to change it back, do you?
Not gonna worry about it tonight. Greg L super chat. So if anybody says anything from Slurp Cat, apparently that's me tonight. Greg wants to know, he has a $2 super chat. Do you already have the pencils available when you're inking right now?
I'm sorry.
The pencils. Did you have the pencils done? Or did you just draw it in ink and go?
I drew a really quick sketch. So just really, really loose. And then I, instead of tightening it in with a pencil, which is what I would do if I was just penciling, I would use a pencil for all this outline. And then I would also use a pencil, obviously, to spot in my blacks. And then I do my rendering, and that's the whole process. When I'm inking, I do this part just with ink. And then now, depending on the picture, usually, actually, I don't go that tight. I'm too lazy. But if I need to go a little tighter, I will. And if I screw up, I use my, this stuff. Everything I put up there is upside down, but this is Uniposca. I've got a link. I don't know if it's still current, but anyway, it's Uniposca, and it's really great whiteout. I found out about it from Mark Silvestri. We were at a convention in Mexico.
Oh, that was last year. No, that was this year.
That was this year.
That was before the world shut down.
It was my
That was actually when I called you and I was like, Dave, you need to get home. Get home because they're closing the border.
And I told everybody there, I said, Meredith's freaking out. I should go. And they were basically saying, you're crazy. And next thing you know, yeah. So you were like a day early on that one.
Yeah, I knew it.
It all worked out. I just had to stay in the house for 14 days, which really, I didn't even feel.
You just stay in the basement like you normally do.
That's right.
All right, next super chat's for $4.99 from the Net Ranger, aka Nettie. And I don't see a question, but I'll watch for one just in case.
And thank you for
the super chat. Everybody likes your arms video.
Oh, good. It was, I was happy with it. You know, I never, honestly, I sweat over these things like a neurotic. That's just how I am, but I was happy with it. I'll say that. Like, I really was. I felt like, okay, I got what I wanted to get in there. It's not possible for me in a YouTube video, and this is the problem. I've debated this back and forth. For a YouTube video, I have a choice. I can draw real time and put up hours-long videos, but really YouTube is a bad place to do that because it's not what people like, and that stuff really doesn't not do well, from what I have found. So you really, you know, you need to keep things moving. I have to admit, I try to cram so much stuff, like so much talking into those things that it's like one big long run-on sentence, because I think, and this, it's so upsetting to me because when I'm drawing the picture, there are so many things running through my head and I'm thinking this here and this here, and then I watch it all go past at like 200 speed and I'm like, and so much stuff gets lost. Like, there are places I drew an arm, the hand was way too long out there, and so I faked it and I drew like a a wrist as if I just had it separated. It wasn't separated. I just drew the arm too long. So it was like my cope. And I thought, well, I would have said that, but it just went by in the video. So I just let it go. And I end up cutting out places where I screw up. I end up cutting. And I told myself, I want to leave that stuff in because I think it's really useful to see how to fix problems when they come up, that kind of, and I keep cutting that stuff because I don't have time in the videos. It's very frustrating for me.
You need to do more classes.
Yes.
All right. Greg Ellis has a super chat for $2. Greg says that he doesn't read anatomy books for the same reason you don't.
Yeah.
LOL.
I smart.
Oh, where's our laugh track? I see if it was if I had the laugh track, I could laugh instead of saying LOL.
Yeah, well, next time you'll have it. Hey, David, feel like this might be a mistake.
Giving it to me? Hey, David, it's Blake. I got the Bridgman. Blake Goldstein.
Oh, great.
Russ Hicks, $5 super chat. This week's arm tutorial was incredibly well done. The work you put into it was obvious. I don't know how you find the time. Thanks so much. He does not sleep.
Yeah, kind of true. Yeah, well, thank you very much. And Blake, I really hope Bridgman works for you. To me, I have not seen a book that is anything like it. And my video really is just my attempt to kind of quickly distill what I know from Bridgman, what I got from Bridgman, like what it meant for me. And it's not, I would love, and I'm going to do like a 4-hour video on arms, and I will drive everybody that watches it crazy with boredom by the end, but I have so much to say, and there's so many little things that you kind of figure out over time, and I really want to get that stuff across. And I'm going to zoom back out. I'm coming way off the picture here.
Andre Malcolm Tattoo has a super chat for $49.99.
Wow. Thank you, Andre.
So much, Andre. And he says, thanks, David. Hey, David, thanks for killing it.
Oh, man. Well, thank you very much, Andre. It's really very much appreciated. Thank you.
Tyler L has a $2 super chat. How do I get a spot for the critique on Thursday?
Oh, I should know this.
You should know this.
Oh, and I don't know now. And if I even find out now, you know what? I would recommend.
It's on Robert's channel. So
right. So maybe
Robert's
if you
channel.
contact him through Facebook, check his channel. He's got social media. He's got Instagram, that kind of thing. So.
Patches, come. Okay, now we have to show the cat because Leggy 100 says their cat died and she just wants to see the cat. So can you pick up Patches? Everybody can see Patches.
What, you can't move it?
No, I can't.
All right. Come here.
She's the sweetest cat ever.
She's a nice cat. There you go. The cat.
Kitty's famous.
Yeah.
She's like the nicest cat. She's like a dog cat. You saw how she came when I called her, right? Like a dog cat.
She is.
She licks my head. I'll sit on the couch at night and she comes up behind me and she licks my head. She grooms me. All right. I'm scrolling. There we go. Ryan Parfait, super chat for $1.99. Perspective video. Loved your Spider-Man Venom. You're gonna do. We've done a couple perspective tutorials.
Thank you, Ryan. I did a 1-point perspective video.
There's also on our website. You did a perspective video, did you not?
I did. That's true. Actually, yeah. And there's
buy it on the website, and that is like a couple hours long, easily.
Yeah. So there's that too. And I'm going to at some point, and I always intended with all these videos I did for shortening. I'd like to do. You know what? I've been learning as I do these videos too. So I think I could do some better stuff with. Well, this is a problem. This is why this stuff's taking me so long. Is I keep thinking what I did wrong, and then I'm trying to fix it, and.
Strife has a super chat for $4.99. Can you do a Bridgman lesson on his drawings and the kinds of things to look for an anatomy noob? George Bridgman is like drinking from a fire hose.
Yeah, well, and it really was for me too. And I think the secret to really getting something out of Bridgman, the most out of Bridgman, is knowing all of your anatomy first. Like if you all you need to do, and this is such a common question, and the answer, I say this a lot, but you don't need a good anatomy book. What you need is just to go on Google and type in figure drawing or anatomy diagram, figure anatomy diagram, whatever, arm anatomy diagram, that kind of thing. Anyway, something along those lines. It's not hard to find, and you don't need to find something where all the anatomy looks, because I find a lot of these anatomy books are very, very flat looking. But that's where Bridgman comes in, because Bridgman, what his specialty is, and the thing that makes his stuff so special, is he takes kind of flat looking, lifeless looking anatomy diagram type drawings, and he shows you how to really manipulate all those forms in space and get something that's, usable for like a dynamic picture. And it's breaking down complex forms in simple ways. Like he uses hinges and mechanics, and that cat, man, she's not happy today.
No, I know. Tessidon has a super chat. Tessidon has a super chat for $2 about how to draw and shade leather jackets.
Well, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I'm gonna say that I would like to do another clothing video. I did one, it seemed to do well, which is always encouraging to do another one, to be honest. And so, yeah, I think that would be a great idea for another video. And so I'm going to say right now, yeah, I will do that.
Oh, just so you want to know, the Kenneth Day says a brachialis is the one that wraps over the top of the forearm, goes between the bicep and the bottom of the tricep, usually. And the bumps are called processes, I believe, says Sheldon Martin. Yes.
Okay, so
next week, you best study up on your anatomy, dude.
So, okay, repeat that again.
The brachialis is the one that wraps over the top of the forearm and goes between the bicep and the bottom of the tricep, usually.
Okay, ask him if it's this one.
Well, I could ask. You can ask all you want. I won't know for half an hour by the time I get to the answer.
Okay, this muscle here.
Probably. There you go. Sure, that's what it is.
I feel like I'd have more credibility trying to explain this stuff if I knew them, but I refuse to learn. I refuse, because I just did not find it to be like. For me, I wanted to keep this as simple as possible, like simple explanations and real solutions for how to solve problems with art. And I think that once you start going to definitions and fancy talk, it takes away.
You think? Yeah. The cat. Charles Petrie says the cat changed my name, Meredith. We're gonna get the shirts are gonna be Team Slurp Cat.
Great.
That's from Connor Randall.
I think Art Jedi Joshua is here, and I'm totally gonna do that logo, and I want to do a shirt and that.
Come on.
I want to do our website. I want to do that. I want to do another.
We just need.
Plus, by the way, yeah,
we need 2 of you or 3 of you or maybe 4. What I really want to quote Dr. Seuss's Mrs. McCabe had 23 sons and she named them all Dave. And often she wishes that when they were born, she had named one of them Bodkin Van Horn, one of them Who's Foos, one Sonny Jim.
Okay, anyway.
I'll stop now. I read a lot of Dr. Seuss to the boys. Will I get banned for that?
No, I don't. Well, we'll find out.
We'll find out. Daniel Castelli has a super chat for $4.99. Hi guys, Dave, the arm video was exceptional.
Thank you,
struggled
Daniel.
a bit with connecting the arm to the torso in the gesture stage. Any tips?
And that's something I didn't really cover, but I do think I kind of didn't cover that just because as it is with arms, there's just so much ground to cover, just trying to get that. So I thought, okay, like a shoulder construction, that's a video unto itself in order to do it properly. But here's what I'm going to say. Okay, so here's your torso, 3/4 kind of angle, and you've got your clavicle here, and your, shoulder, drawn it backwards, I don't even know, and then your bone here, right? And Bridgman's great this way. What a mess am I drawn? Okay, so I feel like I'm totally wasted. This is why these videos are so hard to do, because I actually go down roads doing this and then I go, wow, this is like not making sense to me even. Oh, let's do this again. So if I have my arm, if I have my body here and my arm is just dropped, then your bone is basically here, you know, your chest, your shoulder comes here, and then the shoulder muscles kind of do a wrap like this out of it. And there's this whole kind of a wrapping that Bridgman does. It's all under here. And I have to be honest, it's another thing that I kind of ignored. I just thought, wow, I want this to look good. I'm never going to be unwrapping the shoulder. So, you know, I left that alone. But the point is, when you raise your arm, and this is where it gets interesting and where it gets more difficult. So when you raise your arm, your clavicle actually raises. And so your bone doesn't come out here. It comes out from up here. And so your shoulder will ride along that. And then your whole chest is pulled up with it. And so the whole operation goes up like this. And you can see the back of the deltoid here connecting into...
Well, see there, you knew one muscle.
Yeah. So there's that. And obviously when you move it forward, you know, like I'll draw... Here's my hole for where I'm going to put my arm. Your bone is about here, connecting. I don't really use a bone connection. I do on the leg more. On an arm, I never really found it necessary. But yeah, the higher, and you can lift your arm all the way over your head. So here's a body. I'm getting smaller and smaller, and so
we're gonna have to come on, wrap it up.
And the higher you lift it, the more you stretch out your chest. And it's just, what's important is, okay, I know how to explain this.
Oh no, come on.
I know. Okay, so here it is down.
I'm gonna have a
Meredith,
timer.
you're just making it worse. Here it is down. Now, if I lift it up about to here, there my bone level is going to be here. It would lift it up to about there. And so my arm would come out here. And if I lift my arm higher, the bone's way up here, and so the arm moves here and it stretches out your whole chest. And it's important to remember that kind of the movement of your shoulder. If you don't have that, and you see this quite a bit, I see this quite a bit, is a figure that's like this, and the arm is lifted up and it looks like it's unnaturally sticking out of the body really low, especially when you draw a figure that looks like this. But and you can see that it's connected out of the hole that it would be sitting in if it's dropped, but the shoulder needs to be lifted. So
all right.
Hopefully that's something. And I will do a video that's not so completely, you know, terrible.
Oh my gosh.
Soon.
I'm sure that was not painful for people who could draw, which is everybody on the stream.
I know, but you know what? Try and explain it really quick. That's where it's tough.
This is why your tutorial videos take forever to do.
Yeah, because, and I really do. I'll start and then I realize, wow, look, I don't even understand what I'm trying to do here. Like, it made sense in my head. And
next super chat is from Jazz Singh. Jazz is a super chat for $10. Jazz says, "Hey Dave and Meredith, no head drawing this week for Skillshare. I decided to put a portfolio together instead.
Oh, great.
Won't be done by Thursday, but hopefully the next one."
Well, I am looking forward to seeing it. Absolutely, that'd be great.
And Kenny Wang and Not a Person are having a conversation, and Not a Person says there have actually been 16 weeks since we started this. Felt like yesterday. Really, 16 weeks?
We've done 16? Jeez.
There's 16 of these? That seems craziness.
It does. Wow. Well, you know what that means. I should shadow in here because it's kind of...
Our Jedi is here, and he wants to know when your next... Meredith Finch, or should I say Slurp Cat? Can you ask Dave when his next Skillshare course will be?
Soon. Truthfully, I'm still actually recovering from the first one a little bit, you know, just time-wise. Like, I've got a Marvel cover that's due this week, plus a DC cover.
Plus pages now.
Plus pages now, yeah. And I've got...
I feel like something else. You got some statue work that you're doing.
Oh, yeah. And you just agreed to more of that, which I'm excited. So I'm doing statues with XM Studios. Well, this is knowledge.
No.
I did.
Anyway, next.
I'll shut
up.
up.
Greg Owl has a super chat for $2. Thought the pencil files were available for us to ink. You did not put pencil files up on Gumroad.
For what?
For people to ink. You said you were going to do that last week.
Oh, I did.
Why don't you give me your Gumroad?
You know what I need? Who asked that? Or said that?
That was Greg L.
Greg, I was thinking yesterday and today, I need a whiteboard. And what I could do is just I could write things down that I need to do, and then I could erase it off, because it's like every day. I'm not used to this. I'm used to, I will wake up, I draw my page, I'm done. And
you find yourself less stressed if you write down a list.
Oh man,
then you can let it go.
I really would be, because what happens is, like, this week,
cross it off. It feels so good.
I managed to get back to the Skillshare stuff. Some really great stuff up this week. Oh man, and again, you know what? Next week I want to show some more stuff from Skillshare. I completely. I forgot to.
Next week.
But next week, I'll show some stuff from the Skillshare class. I did a ton of drawovers. It took me a few hours this morning to get through all of that. Actually, that was a good amount of work.
I'm just interrupting you. For the next super chat question, because otherwise I'll never get through them.
Okay.
Gordon Mallet for $5. Hi, Meredith and Dave. Love the stream. Thank you so much, Gordon, and for your super chat. Do you think there's a place in mainstream comics for an older style like Bernie Wrightson or Wally Wood?
Yes, there is. Kind of, I have to say that with a bit of a caveat, though, because let me put it this way. Frank Frazetta was a comic artist for a little while, for, a few years, and he stopped drawing comics, and he started working for Al Cap, doing Little Abner, which I don't know how many of you would even remember that. It's an older comic now, but it's a newspaper strip. Anyway, he was drawing as a ghost artist. He was being paid very well. And I think he did that for 8 years, which is a huge amount of time for a genius artist like that to spend 8 years just buried like that under another artist style. And when he had a dispute with Al Cap, he is it even Al Cap? Whatever, the artist of I think it's Al Cap. He left and he went and tried to just insert himself back into comics, drawing the way that he was drawing, which was genius. I mean, he's outrageously good. And editors refused to hire him because they said his style was dated. And that's it is kind of a reality that, people are looking for a certain thing for different books. Now, I will say things are different now. Things are changing so fast. With Marvel and DC starting to now really have to compete with Kickstarter is such a big business thing for people. And it's opening up a wider range of product than what was there before, and it's opening up the business. There's no gatekeeping where you're part of the business is who now. People can just put out anyway. I think there's a lot more room for a variety of styles and approaches, and I think that it's right for somebody's book. I'll tell you what, if you can do a Bernie Wrightson, horror books are actually very popular right now, and I'm sure Steve Niles would love to hear from you. And I'm sure quite a few other writers. So it's certainly possible.
Your next super chat is from Steve Trista for $6.99. Hey, Steve. Steve says nobody inks your own work better than you, Dave.
Oh, thank you, Steve. Steve.
I
remember?
do. Well, that's what I said.
Okay, yeah.
He said, unless it's Danny Mickey.
Oh, well, I can't argue. It's true. Thank you very much, Steve. Steve is a local Windsor guy right here, and, is a good friend of mine, and he's an MMA guy too, so I'm very nice to him as much as I can possibly be, and a phenomenal artist and incredible. He really does beautiful, really, really tight stuff. So
I have some info from Eric, because Eric is the world's greatest moderator. Eric says, Meredith Finch, Robert uses a StreamYard. You join a link into a lobby where you wait for your review.
Oh.
So people will just hang out in the lobby, I guess.
Well, thank you, Eric. Yeah, there you go. So it's like first come. And one thing I will say, I don't know that we're getting like a huge influx of people.
Puts the link in the chat so you can jump in.
And we did have a problem where reviews were just really, really running long. You know, if people had 10 pages of stuff, you don't want to be rude, especially, you know, it's really nice stuff and people put so much, you know, people put their heart and soul. I know I certainly do. And the last thing I want to do is say, you know what, that's all we want to, you know, I don't want to do that. So it ran long, and it meant that we got less people in than we would have liked to. And there are people that didn't get their stuff seen. So anyway, point being, yeah, it'll be a little bit more, it'll be a maximum of 2 pages, and we will discuss it for 10 minutes, which I'm hoping, and you know, we're always playing this by ear, so I'm hoping that's a good amount of time and that works. And if it doesn't, we'll, you know, figure it out for the next one, and we'll keep doing it. I think it's such a valuable thing. I remember when I was trying to break in, I used to love talking to the artists, because while they're not going to give you work, and like really while they, you know, are competing with you, strictly speaking, for work, really, artists are certainly the ones that I met. You know, Kyle Hott's always my favorite, are very, very helpful. And anyway, I'll go to conventions and just seek out artists to try and get advice. And that's how another way that I was able to grow is, you know, having somebody look at your work and say, you know what, this is what is wrong with it. And especially somebody that really knows what they're doing, they can bring you along, you know, light years ahead of where you would have been within a second.
All right. The next super chat question comes from Jerry Rasco for $10. Jerry says, Dave, I met you back in 2006 in Dallas, and you gave me amazing advice as a lefty on how to keep my pencils clean. I still use parts of your technique to this day on my sequential work on Naughty and Nice. I like that little, like, self-promotion.
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
Nice.
Please,
Nice,
you know.
nice. And
well,
maybe a little naughty too. Where's my laugh track?
Oh, right. Sorry. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, look, you need to take it next week. You'll have this thing. And it apparently runs like forever. If you don't push the button again, it will just keep going.
Oh, just keep laughing. We can talk over the laughter.
Yeah.
Is it like, I'm not going to listen to the stream, but.
So Naughty and Nice is his book. And well, thank you very, very much for that. I think that's great. And congratulations on, you know, getting a book out there and finding some success. And hopefully everybody out there will check out Naughty and Nice. That is the book, right? Are you laughing at me right now?
No, I'm not. I'm laughing at Henry Jeremick, who says, Meredith. Last week you said to try and do something to get your attention, LOL. Well, that worked. Dave, how do you spot blacks without painting yourself in the corner? That's funny, because that did actually get my attention. My name 4 times. Won't everybody use that technique?
Yeah, oh yeah. You know what? Fix that. I've been doing this for a long time. Truthfully, that's really how. Like this kind of a lighting pattern is not new for me. This would be, and this is what somebody actually said. Can you do like a more complex lighting? And I said, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. But I'm thinking, wow, you know, when do I want to be doing that on a stream where I'm going to fall on my face?
You don't want to do that. You want to do that as a tutorial.
Actually,
2-point light source tutorial.
I would like to do that. You know what? I want to do that as a stream.
If you had a whiteboard, you could write that down too.
I'm going to do it in pencil because I do pencil.
Yeah.
And then I could erase, and you can watch me blow all my shadow shapes and have trouble and make a mess
on the
and
stream?
then fix
Not
it.
on the stream. No, really, not on the stream.
I think it would be fun.
Do that as a tutorial.
I really do think it would be fun.
All right. Artsy Designs has a $2 super chat question. Does Skillshare, do you need a headset or anything? You just need the ability to import your work, right?
Oh yeah, no, you need nothing at all, but you know, I was about to say nothing at all, but your enthusiasm and talent.
Oh my gosh. Where's your wah, wah, wah?
Oh man. Yeah, you don't need anything at all. It's the way that it's structured. I think there are 18 videos in the course. 17 or I think it's 18 though. And each one is between, 5 minutes, and I think the longest one is like 15, maybe. Anyway, they're a range. And so what I did is I broke things down into, we're going to do this and then this and then this. And it's like a YouTube video, except it's real time, edited down. So I'm not just, blankly staring into space or anything, which happens. But yeah, it's all drawn real time. I'm talking while I'm drawing. I think it's a more effective way to learn. It's definitely a slower pace.
What are you talking about?
The Skillshare.
Oh.
And so Yeah, you watch the videos. There are 2 assignments, and when you do the assignments, you can do it on paper, or you can use your iPad and use Procreate or whatever, however you do it. And then there's a section called Projects and Resources, and put it in there. Just upload your pictures, and then I look at those and do draw overs. There have been times I've had a few where I've had nothing except for praise, so I just say I think it looks great, and I don't have a draw over. And then others where it looks phenomenal and it's a beautiful picture, but there are a couple of things that I feel like would be an easy fix. Anyway, I do draw overs, so that's it.
Artist by Night says, I'm a little bummed. I paid a small fortune on the No One Workshop DVDs, and then you publish the same toots for free on YouTube. LOL, you're lucky. I love your work. I don't think they may cover some of the same ground, but nothing is the same. Like they're not, truthfully, we're not intentionally trying to do the same videos. I mean, the No One videos you did so long ago, and I think you just wanted to do something where it wasn't like sped up and people could follow
Dave,
along.
you thought once, you can never do it again. Otherwise it's a scam.
So you're always learning and perfecting your technique and all that stuff. So
right, well,
it's certainly not an intent
running a scam.
We're not running a scam.
Come on.
Ryan Parfait is a super chat for $4.99. I'm left-handed as well, so it's nice to have a lefty like you to finally learn from. The struggle is real sometimes.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, it makes a difference. I think I know it's always a little odd for me watching somebody draw right-handed.
It's not too late to do the Skillshare, right?
Oh no, it's still going.
Mr. Ice Chip, it's not too late. You can always do the Skillshare anytime.
And I'm making sure. Like I just did a bunch of draw overs this morning. I actually was going to do it. I was going to do it a few days ago. We couldn't find the pen for the iPad. So, but we found it. Meredith found it.
And Hannah Jeremic says, Dave, I hope the design for XM Studios, which you're not doing, is Death's Head 2.
I'll tell you right now, Meredith. I think
you're gonna listen back to this and you'll be like, Meredith, you don't need a mic.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
I don't know.
Are you feeling self-conscious?
Yes, because Taryn always said, what's up with the mic? Or somebody said that. Yeah, Tari Owie, what's up with the mic? No,
I don't know. Maybe one of the mics is not working properly.
I don't know.
Hopefully not.
Rique Ingles 123 as a €5 super chat. Dave, can you make a tutorial on necks and trapezius? I just changed my Tuesday work schedule so I can watch Monday Night Draw Live every week.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you for coming and
love from Germany.
From Germany. Wow, that's great. Yeah, I think it's, what is it? 5 o'clock 3 days from now in Germany.
6 hours, Dave.
Okay.
6 hours. Super chat from Daniel Castelli. Hey Daniel, for $4.99. Could you talk a bit about the process for the Disturbed cover? Did you do the colors as well? I swear it looks like the flames are moving.
Well, thank you.
And he did.
I did, yeah, I did. So the process was I did a couple images for it actually. They did like a collector's edition, full record, with the record in it. And anyway, I drew everything completely just with pencil, and then I painted it all in Photoshop. So yeah, the amount of things that I've experimented with and then just never, like if I painted something in Photoshop right now, it would be like I've never done it before because I haven't done it in years. And I kept thinking, oh, you know what, doing this YouTube thing, it'll be a chance for me to experiment with some things like that. It's such a mess in there. That's what Whiteout's for. I'll use Procreate, and I will still, but it's been such a time commitment that it's actually not gone that way so far. But okay, anyway, so yeah, I did it all in Photoshop. The flames are actually, I use photographs, truthfully. I just, found cool pictures of fires and that kind of stuff on Google and cut in little pictures of fire, and that's the truth.
And then you paint it over top of it.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you can't just leave. But no. Yeah, there's definitely photographs in the layers in there. I was feeling really experimental at the time.
Yeah. We didn't have 3 kids then. It's amazing how much life an extra kid will suck out of you.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, he could not get us down here fast enough. I'm really wondering what's going on upstairs.
Really?
He's like, when are you going down to the stream, Mom?
Yeah, he actually came down and asked me when we're starting.
When are you going to start your stream? He's up there drinking Diet Pop and eating applesauce.
Well, I'll tell you what, my supply of Diet Coke, it's disappearing faster than I'm able to make it disappear.
Are you sure?
No, but I'm pretty sure.
Because you drink a lot of pop. I don't think you know how much pop you drink.
I told Robert Marzullo that I was going to stop too. I was going to start drinking water, and I did this is how I do it.
He did it for a day.
I don't know, a couple days.
Yeah.
Long enough that next time I talked to him, a couple days later, I said, "Oh yeah, I'm drinking water now." And at that point, I had already cracked.
Tell you what, to be fair, I don't think Isaac is capable of deceiving us by hiding pop cans.
Yeah, maybe not.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, that's the thing. If he's capable of deceiving you, then you've been deceived.
What? Good on him. That kid could use a little deceit. Sven Jensen has a super chat question for $10. Hey guys, hey Sven. I'm physically and mentally incapable of making inks as clean as the amazing Jessing, but I'm kind of cool with it looking loser. Am I deluding myself? By the way, loving your arm tutorial.
Oh, well, thank you. And
I don't think you're
oh, no, not at all. Actually,
Dave can't draw as cleanly as Jay Lee.
No. No, and Jay Lee is actually, he's very clean when he wants to be. He's also incredibly rough and gestural when he wants to be. Like, he's a genius. I commented on your picture on Skillshare, and I wasn't quite sure. I don't think I really came across the way I wanted to, because I wanted to say it looks like an artist's inks. Like, it looks like the inks done by the artist that drew the picture. But I think I was afraid to say that, because then it sounds like I'm dissing somebody that is an inker, and I don't mean it that way, because I mean there's such a skill to it. But yeah, so it had a bit of a rougher feel, but it just had so much character, and I thought it was really beautiful. I thought it looked better than the pencils.
All right, I'm gonna read this, and then we're gonna do our book of the week, because it's that time.
Okay.
But Don McNevin has been dropping bits of Little Abner trivia for whatever reason. I don't know if it's like Little Abner night.
Well, no, because Frank Rosetta worked on Little Abner.
Okay, well, here you go. So one last bit of Little Abner trivia. Little Abner crew were featured on the first bottles of Mountain Dew when it was called Kickapoo Joy Juice. Back to watching Bane come to life.
Wow.
And on that note, let's get the book of the week.
All right, here we go.
That's where we need music. I can't do music because it's all copyrighted.
Okay, so this book of the week, I can't believe I haven't done this one yet. And this, I'm really veering into everybody knows about this stuff, because it's just, this is like some of the most iconic stuff of all time. So I'm sure that for most of you, I'm showing you something that you probably already have and are very familiar with. But for anyone that isn't, if there is anyone out there, this is Sam Keith's Wolverine Blood Hungry. Sam Keith did a long series of Marvel Comics Presents, and it's all collected. All of these little short stories that he did are all collected in this book. And I mean, it's beautiful, beautiful stuff. My favorite thing about it, it has so much character. It's very cartoony. It's look at that Wolverine head. It's just cool but I want to really, I don't want to mess with the camera. I'll make a mess. But his inking is out of this world, and the textures that he uses and rendering patterns that I have never seen anyone use before. I don't know where he got it. He actually, oh, you know what? I really should have got it too. I have another book, an earlier book from him. He did, worse with names. Anyway, he did an earlier book, which was beautiful, but it was really a Bernie Wrightson style. It was very influenced by Bernie Wrightson, especially the inks. And so it had that more of a flowing kind of a brush effect, which you can see in places like here. Hopefully you can kind of see that. But by the time he did this, he was really using kind of a mixture of all sorts of different techniques, like tech pens and brushes and like whiteout everywhere. And I mean, just incredible textures. And it's a shame. I think the stuff looks incredible printed, but I've seen some of his work. Unfortunately, I haven't really seen much, original art, but I've seen some blown up black and white, really good scans, and so much gets lost in here. It's masterful stuff, and I bookmarked a couple of things that I really liked, like that head right there. That is absolutely the best. It's great stuff. And just, the way he's doing all the textures, like into the hand there. If I understood this better, I would be copying it better. I do actually, for my inking, this is a big influence for me. So there were a couple of the pages that I kind of notched just so I'm not aimlessly. Actually, it's funny. When you look at some of the earlier stuff, you can see a bit of a different style there. It's a bit softer. It's still very cool, but you can kind of see the evolution. And I wish I knew what was running through his head, like where he got this stuff. But that's genius for it. It just seems to kind of come out of nowhere. Like most artists, that's absolutely incredible. I love, and it's just great lighting all the way around. Just very, very textural. And it really, really wildly, misproportioned on purpose figures, but they just look super cool. And he really only worked in this kind of a style, like really, really detailed. Like this page especially, the original, is stunning. And all through this rock here, there are all kinds of little cracks and everything. It's detailed all the way through, and it just got lost completely. Old school printing. Yeah, and I mean, incredible textures. And he's got like a broader rendering, different patterns, kind of some little ball shape rendering. I've tried to experiment with it, and I've had it work for me in some places, and then other places I just couldn't pull it off. So, and I think there was one more page that I just really, there we go. Check out how great that is. It's very, very cool. And just wild stuff. So yeah, I wish I could like break this down in more of an intellectual way than saying it's very, very cool. But that's pretty much what I think every single time I look at his stuff. Yeah, I think, I had one more page that I had. Check out that back. And I love how he's got, it's like this, like a ribbed pattern in his rendering. I don't know what that is even supposed to be. It's not really even, I guess, anatomy, but not really. It's just a texture that he just had the guts to put in there. I've never seen another artist do that before this. And, if one of you know of where maybe he got some of this, for me, it seems like it just came out of the blue. So anyway, beautiful stuff. Sam Keith, Blood Hungry. My opinion, his best work of all time. Some of my most influential stuff. I have this book. It's all kind of crackly. I've spilled water over it and everything. I need to get another one. I would love it if I don't even know if Marvel would have it, but if they did, it would be amazing to see like a really great artist version, full size, black and white. I'd pay a lot of money for that. So there you go. Book of the week.
Perfect. All right. Next super chat question comes from SCF Powerlifting. For $5, David Meredith, what is your favorite horror movie? I'll let you do that one first.
Okay, you know what? My favorite horror movie is As Above, So Below. I tried to get some other people to watch it, and they thought it was garbage, so I don't care. I'm staying with it. I love that movie. I thought it was great. I've seen it a few times. It's not even really much of a horror movie. It's a horror movie, but it's not the most scary movie in the world, and apparently it's not. Apparently it's stupid. According to the people, but I still watch it, and it just gets me.
You just enjoy it.
Yep.
Fair enough. And Meredith does not watch horror movies. It's so funny because Isaac had a sleepover. Isaac is 11. He had a sleepover with another kid his age and his younger brother, and they were talking, and they're like, "Yeah, we just saw this movie called I Am Legend," and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Isaac didn't watch that, did he?
No.
Okay.
They were talking about a zombie movie.
Yeah.
But they just watched, and I'm like, that movie, I made Dave leave the movie theater. I made him leave the theater.
Yeah, that was fun.
As I could not sit through it. I couldn't do it. I can't do scary movies.
Yeah, and I think we didn't know that it was like a horror movie.
Yeah, and
it had Will Smith in it.
Yeah, it did.
So
I've had Everett sit me through movies before that I had to watch. That house that Nicole Kidman House on Ghost Hill or whatever, House on whatever hill. The House on the Hill maybe is what it was called. Everett had to watch that with me. He was 12 at the time.
That's a good movie, Yeah,
it was, but
not really my type of movie. Not my type of horror movie.
It was a ghost, but yeah, I don't do scary movies.
Yeah.
All right. Next super chat comes from Russ Hicks. Dave for $5. Dave, do you refill your brush pen? And if so, with what brand of ink?
I don't. So this is a refill right here. They just unscrew. They're not refillable. You can get, I'm sure, better ones that are refillable. I just like these, and they're, easy to find. So actually, I was at a convention. I ran out of ink and another type of pen that I was using, and somebody got me one of these, and I loved it. So I've got a stack of them that are probably all drying out in the tube. I'll open them and they won't work. But all right, time for rendering.
Well, everybody likes the mic, so there you go.
Oh, good.
Thank you, guys.
I gotta say, man, I do think it makes a better show rather than straining to hear it, because I watch it back every week. I always watch it back.
Well, you'll be the judge then.
And yeah, there you go. But I find there are times I can't hear what you're saying. And I was using you remember I was using a noise gate? Mm-hmm. So what that is when you're not talking, the microphone cuts out, so that way it's not picking up just random garbage noise. And I had that on, and so Meredith was really cutting out because it wasn't triggering the noise gate. Anyway.
All right. Next super chat comes from Levi L. Pavia for $9.99. Levi says, I bought the figure pack 1. Thanks for everything you're doing. Back to drawing after 20 years. Look forward to Monday sessions. Very therapeutic during quarantine. I look forward to it every Monday. Oh, man. Well, thank you very much, Levi. And thanks for buying the figure pack. I got a bunch of requests to do that. And I'm glad if it's useful and it's, you're finding value in it for sure. It's on Gumroad, by the way. Link in the description. Self-promotion. Aldrich has a super chat for $5. Aldrich wants to know if you have any tips for better facial feature sizes within a Loomis head and how to keep eyes from looking super surprised.
Yeah, that is actually a good question. Okay.
And also, Alpin says his kids make his sodas disappear too.
There you go. All right. As far as different sizes go, let's, and this is like, it's such an art book kind of cliche, but I'm going to do like a shape like this.
And as you're drawing, I'm just going to read this comment because this is also from Aldrich, whose super chat you're doing. Aldrich said, breaking my soda addiction helped me lose 70 pounds.
I know, and I'm gaining weight right now. I'm heavy. Like you said,
Diet Pop.
I know.
Affects your messes with your metabolic system. I've said this before. It is fake sugar, and it is very bad for your body. All right, you know what? It's official. You guys heard it. Nobody believes it. I'm exercising tomorrow. Ask me about it next week. I'm getting on it. I'm going to do it. Stream's going to hold you accountable. Please, really, because, I haven't been able to do it myself. I really got in great shape a couple years ago. I keep doing this. I'll get in good shape, and then I lose it, and, then a few years later I get so, upset about the fact that, if you didn't buy pop, Isaac wouldn't drink. All right. Okay, so I'm going to draw an eye here, an eye here. I've got kind of my nose line here, so I'll just draw a nose there. Just as a last minute. That's what Kenny Wang says. That's what his mom did. He hasn't had any pop in 3 months. Yeah, no, I think it's great advice. I know it is. This is nothing new to me. What it is really is just actually, Okay, so now I've got a huge line here. I could draw the mouth way down here and have a face that looks kind of like this. But I think I'll do a mouth way up here. I'll give him some hair. Obviously, this is a little cartoony, but you know what? It's amazing how much cartoony you can get away with, even in a realistic kind of a style. How do I adjust this microphone? It's falling. Is it really? See? You know what? I got it. Sorry. It's fine. I'll hold it. No, don't hold it. I have this thing so deep down. Go back to the stream. Is it good? Yeah. It's way away from your face again. Well, no, it was ending up in my... Okay. It's talking to my lap. All right. So, the secret really is, if you know your even divisions, 1, 2, 3, once you kind of get the hang of it, it gets really easy to get something that looks pretty good with very little work. But this is it's like handwriting. You're going to get better at it as you go. I've seen just from the examples people are doing
on Skillshare, you can really see the development. You know, you'll run into a trouble at different angles, and once you kind of get the hang of it, it becomes, you know, part of your vocabulary. Gets very easy. But once you learn this, then it gets easy to play with it. But I would say don't worry about that until you're really comfortable with this. And once you are, yeah, go nuts with it. And, you know, have some fun with it and try different shapes. Like I could make the top of his head really big. And anyway, we'll move on. Oh, right. Surprised eyes. The reason eyes look surprised, if somebody is, let's say you're looking up at an eye because somebody's above you, you know, so here's my eye. If I draw the eye looking down because he's looking down at me, it's going to look really surprised. You can see that. So the way to fix that, because when you naturally, if you're above someone and you look down, your eye's going to get very slitted and you're going to see a lot more of the upper lid. And this is what you're going to see. And that's why it happens right there. So just be aware of that. Okay.
All right. Next super chat comes from Greg Gal for $5. I have trouble connecting body parts, but the worst is torso to hips to legs. Any tips? By the way, your arm tutorial was amazing. Thank you so much. Oh crap, the stream reset. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll get there. Again, for all of this.
Well, my pleasure, and thank you. And my advice is Bridgman's Guide to Life Drawing, absolutely. And then it really comes down to your... if you draw your hip as like a disc, and this is totally a Loomis thing, and I kind of go back and forth between Bridgman and Loomis, and you've got like a, you know, this, that would be your pelvic girdle. Your hip bone comes out of it like this, and there's your, you know, your legs. And so when you draw a figure, I'm going to draw like a underwear shape basically for my pelvis, because this is more what you would actually use. I've got a leg coming out here. So the legs of my underwear are these shapes here. Your bone comes out here, and you want to make sure that the outside of your leg attaches to that bone, and you got your muscles and everything here. And it makes it really easy when you use that as a landmark for your anatomy. So quick and dirty, there you go. There's a lot more to be said about it, obviously, and I'm gonna have to do something on that. I'm finding, I keep thinking, you know, for videos I want to do, what is even, oh, you're fixing it?
Mic problems.
All right.
It's falling down.
Here, let me help you with that.
So much duct tape.
Yeah, I figured that thing's never gonna go anywhere.
Did you answer that question?
I've forgotten. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, I keep thinking, you know, people want to know with anatomy how to draw like a bicep or whatever, but it's really not the questions that I'm getting a lot. I'm finding I'm getting much more, you know, connections, and it makes sense, but yeah, I need to focus on that more.
You totally destroyed the stand with all this duct tape.
That stand is a cheapo stand I wasn't using. It's fine.
I might get back to the stream at some point.
Well, you're muted right now, just so...
All right, well, your next super chat question is... from Daniel Castelli. Just repeat this after me for $4.99.
I'm sorry, just to...
Repeat after me.
Okay.
The next super chat question is from Daniel Castelli.
Oh, right, got you. The next super chat question is from Daniel Castelli.
For $4.99.
For $4.99.
You prefer Diet Coke over Coke Zero? Oh, you crazy! You should try Zevia. 0-calorie soda with no sugar, artificial sweeteners. Delicious.
That's not possible. It would have to... Zevia.
Do we have scissors down here?
Yeah. Or, well, I did.
I just want to put on the back of the couch, but I can't get it off the freaking garbage can.
You almost got it.
Sometimes in your drive to make life easy, you actually make it more difficult.
You know what? I don't care what you say. You can fix anything with duct tape.
You can't.
Oh, I look at how well I had that strapped down. There's no way that should have come off.
Fallen on me 3 times.
Yeah, before you even got here.
Oh dear.
It's a 2-pound microphone.
Now the duct tape stuck to my finger.
It's a disaster.
It's a disaster. Meredith's gonna fix it.
Okay.
Meredith can do everything. There. See?
All while speaking in third person.
Yep. There we go. Done.
Okay, I'm gonna unmute you.
Unmute me now. Look at that. I'm so smart. Freaking genius.
You are the worst.
I'm the genius. Problem solver.
Man, if I would have thought of that.
I know. That's why you have me.
She just has a microphone laying on the back of the couch.
Yeah. Right by my face.
Yeah.
Right by my face.
The headache that I went through. I hope you appreciate what I went through for you. I mean, you felt it trying to get it free.
Yeah, it was a freaking disaster. Am I unmuted again?
You are, yeah.
Okay. Next super chat comes from Anthony Gee for $4.99. For Dave, liking as above, so below. That movie is awesome. Looking forward to hopefully talking to you and Rob on Thursday.
Well, great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And thank you. It is awesome, I think, anyway. You can't watch movies with jaded people.
And I'm sorry, we have a super chat for $100
Wow.
from the Lone Draftsman. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for
really,
that.
thank you very much.
That might be
I don't know what to say.
Is that our biggest super chat ever? No, that's pretty
Nick
big.
Rucci.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Nick.
Now, Nick is the publisher of Dynamite, and a very, very good friend of mine for 20 years.
All right. Well, let's get to the Lone Draftsman's question.
Okay.
Hey, David, big fan. Do you think you'll be able to do a perspective tutorial on a street corner? I find where buildings meet the ground very intimidating due to the hustle and bustle of overlapping items like cars, people, light posts, etc.
You know, I think actually the Lone Draftsman asked this question in the comments the last video I saw it. I've been so busy. I've read them. I will reply tomorrow. Yeah, but yeah, I think that's actually a great idea. I think there'd be, yeah. I'm hesitating right now because I'm thinking, okay, is this even possible to do for YouTube? What I could do for YouTube is,
you know what you could do? Do it as a course.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking, you know what I wouldn't mind doing? Okay, here's what I'm going to do because I think it's a great idea. I could do it as a course. It's going to take me a few hours to really explain it and, explain the different problems that can come up. It could take a few hours, and so I'll do that, but then I can do highlights and put it on YouTube and try and make it cohesive enough that it's not like a waste of time. Last thing I want to do is say, hey, here's a YouTube video that is a preview for something you could buy. Like that's garbage. I don't like that. So I won't do that. But my hesitation is not so much because, hey, I want to do a video that I can charge people for. It's more, is it even possible for me to do that in 20 minutes? Like my 1-point perspective video, which I thought, oh, this would be quick. It's 1-point perspective, just some building, there's no ground. It took me 40 minutes. I had to divide it into 2 videos. And I
think it would be a really good course.
Yeah.
Because I think what it would also do is give people the option of making mistakes and then you drawing over to show how to fix those mistakes.
Well, it is the one thing about the YouTube stuff that I feel like that's something it really misses, is just watching me really blow it. These kinds of sketches for me I've done a lot. So, I mean, I could blow it. I think this is turning out okay, but generally speaking, I'm pretty safe here. It's one figure. Even if I drew a couple of figures together, like I've done it enough. But something that gets really complex, yeah, I run into trouble.
Let's write it down as your next as a Skillshare.
Yeah,
seems like a really good.
It does. Skillshare
/ David Meredith's website tutorial.
I don't know how that would do. I do know. Here's what I know for sure. I don't want to do or not do courses or just videos for YouTube based on whether I think it's going to be something that a lot of people will watch or not. I want to do the stuff that I think is best to do, because I think it's a mistake to start going, oh, I don't want to cover this because it might not have as broad an appeal. I want to do the stuff that I think is important, and I think that actually is a really good one.
I think there's a lot of people who struggle with perspective, even though I know you hesitate because your perspective videos don't always do as well. But I think it's a skill that, especially for a lot of comic artists, it's something that people struggle with.
Well, it's something that is all too often avoided.
Yeah, people don't want to draw that.
Right. Which is why, you know, a video like that probably going to underperform a little bit, but, you know, that is the way it is.
All right, the next super chat is from Ryan Parfait, again for $4.99. Ryan says, my daughter Harley Quinn wanted to say hi. Hi, Harley Quinn. She's turning 7 in November, she said, and she loves your art and Brad Walker.
Well, thank you very much, Harley Quinn, and happy birthday, a little early, but happy birthday, almost.
We'll still be streaming in November.
We'll
say hi then.
Yep.
Happy birthday. I think that's unlicensed. I could probably sing happy birthday.
No, it's licensed.
Really?
Yep.
Flip and
flip. Oh, they'll tell you, ask the chat knows, I guarantee it. It's licensed. You have to
I have
pay
to make
people.
up my own version of happy birthday.
Don't try.
To the H, to the A, to the P, P, Y, happy birthday. You didn't hit your mute button fast enough. Next super chat question from SCS Powerlifting for $5. Dave, I have a pose I want to attempt of a figure, but the angle from the bottom going up. Do you have any tips?
From the bottom going up, yeah. Okay. So, I don't want to get into like complex perspective so much, you know, but really, if you just think about, so if you're looking up at it, I would imagine, you know, it's going to be something kind of like this. And I don't know the picture that you're doing directly, so I can't, you know, obviously do something that's specific to exactly what you're talking about. But my chest shape, I'm going to draw these just as blocks so you can really see what I mean. And I'll tell you what, there are times when I really lose it and I just don't, I might not go completely blocky like this, but there are times I really get blocky because I just find it's a real, I went through a period where I was drawing my legs. I would draw the leg like this and draw like a piece like this, and then the knee is like an insert, like a robot. I was drawing a robot leg just because I was struggling with my legs, and it was helping me with my form. And it just, I don't know, it just was helping. So, okay, so here's my, obviously you don't want your figure to look like a bunch of blocks, but just to get the idea across. And then, and you know what I'll do? Actually, I'll do this really fast, Meredith, but I'm going to make it just blocks, and then I'll turn it into, you know, a bit of a figure, just so you can see how easy it is to take blocks and then make it work as a figure. So here's my guy. I'll draw the head as a block too. And I'm just keeping it in. I didn't actually draw perspective this way because I should have 3-point perspective, but here's his hand. You want to make sure you're looking up at the hand too. And there you go. I mean, it's very easy. You just draw perspective out and draw them in the perspective. You'll notice I didn't do feet. I don't draw feet. There we go, feet. Anyway, and then to make him look more like an actual figure, you just use this as your kind of guide. Now, I don't know if you'd actually want to go quite this extreme, but you know what? If it works, I totally recommend it. So I'm going to draw this as more of a rounded chest shape. I know this side and this side of my chest are going to line up here. Here's a hole for this. My pelvis is going to be a little bit more like this. I can see the underside of my hand. So it's important to make sure that you can see. My head, all my eyes and features are going to be, you know, in perspective. And that's really, this is how you do it. So, I mean, it's a terrible figure, I know, but you can see what I mean. It's in perspective, and that's really all there is to it. So there you go. Hopefully that's helpful.
All right. So the stream is saying, what the hell? Swan Fox is like, what the hell's going on at that place? LOL, duct tape is a man's best friend. And Jasper Plan 9, super chatted $4.99. David, please help your lovely wife up off the floor, you savage. And then Sean Scott says, she was never muted, David. Laugh out loud.
Oh, no?
No. Apparently not. I guess not. Maybe I'm not muted.
Okay, keep talking for a second.
I'm talking.
You're talking?
I'm talking right now. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay.
5, 6.
So maybe they can say if that worked or not.
There we go. All right. Sheldon Martin, $5 super chat. You were on PX90 or no P90X for a while. All I could think when I saw the X was like Xbox, and then I saw the P and I was like PS2, and so it took me a bit to get that one, Sheldon. You were on P90X for a while, weren't you? If so, how was it? Also, Nate Diaz drinks Zevia. I don't even know if you can get Zevia in Canada. That doesn't even sound like anything I've seen in the grocery store.
Well, I'm going to look for it. If Nate Diaz is drinking it,
Who the hell is Nate Diaz?
he's a UFC fighter. He's a legend.
You know
with
what you
his
should
brother
drink?
Nick Diaz.
You should drink water.
He's got a fight coming up too.
Water. That's what's good for you. Water.
I know. You know what? I'm going to look into Zubia. It beats water.
Just freaking drink water. Drink tea. Oh, well, you didn't answer Sheldon's question.
Oh, sorry.
P90X.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I did piano. Yeah, I did it a lot. And
He likes it because he doesn't have to think.
yeah, you know, you just have somebody going, you know, do this and do this. It was good. And it also, I find I'm lazy. So if I have somebody, I don't know what it is. I mean, you could just ignore the TV. You know, you don't have to listen to it. You can just say, walk away. But I find he's going, speed up, get your knees up. And I'm trying to get him up. Like, you know, Tony, I'm doing it. Tony Horton, he's the instructor.
All right. Shiny Money says, oh, poop, is he going to see my message? I don't know, Shiny Money, if I saw your message. So instead, I'll read the next super chat question from Daniel Castelli, $4.99. Daniel says, this stream is 50% art, 50% technical difficulties. Just let your son help and don't sleep on Zevia. I discovered it from the Diaz brothers.
Oh, there you go.
Zevia. Who the heck knows? I bet you can't get it in Canada.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll find out. I will. I know you won't find it. You'll refuse.
Oh, and here's the Tits McGee says it's 100% licensed. Happy birthday. Rick Bulow says happy birthday is licensed. Don't sing it. And then somebody else said the license ran out in 2016.
Oh, so jury's out. Either way, it's not worth the risk.
Rick wants to know when my rap album will hit the streets. We're still in studio, mixing it up. Now that I have the soundboard, I can add laugh tracks. And what else can I add to my rap? Pushing a button doesn't help me. I can't hear it. What did you just do?
Nothing.
I don't even listen to these streams. Somebody tell me what he did so I can beat him for it later. Gordon Mallet says happy birthday became public domain as of 2016.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay, well, that's good for the
But I'm still not going to sing
birthdays.
it because... And Sheldon Martin says your mic still picks me up when I talk.
Oh, there you go.
Meredith knows how to project her voice.
You do. And I can see my bar moving when you're moving, but it's got to be better than, you know, sitting right beside
The
you.
most unique channel name Meredith has ever seen is laughing because they can still hear me through your mic. I'm in stereo. Oh, Greg says you were muted, but we could still hear you. There you go.
Well, at least I still managed to mute you. Is a moral victory.
The lone draftsman says they can hear me. Did you feel good? Did it make you feel good? It's the only point in your life
Hey,
you
wow.
can actually push mute on your wife.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. Yep.
Not that it's effective, but it's the only point you can hit mute and I won't kill you for it.
Yeah.
Water's the best, says One Mighty R. El Padrino says drink blood. That's for, we saved the blood for Everett, our child who we now refer to as Nosferatu. We're just waiting for school to start. He might burn when he walks into the day. That's not true. He's been up a lot lately, and I'm not supposed to say negative things about him. I tease with love. I love him.
You do. You say, like, you're very negative with everyone, though. It's true. I find.
I'm a terrible human being.
Yeah.
Terrible, terrible person. All right. Just drink water. Super chat question. Daniel Castelli for $1.99. Daniel says, yes, you can get it in Canada. Go to well.ca. Okay.
Well.ca. All right.
E-L-L, like be well.
Yeah.
Who knows what kind of crap I could buy on that? You know I like my online shopping. I haven't been to the mall for Christmas in probably 3 years. Thaddeus has a super chat for $1.99. How much is too much reference? Quite frankly, you go overboard on reference, Dave. So I don't know that you're the best person to answer that question.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to say, Thaddeus. I think that when you're drawing, and unless you need the reference for something really specific, and then you can correct me here after I say this, but unless you need the reference for something really specific, like I need to draw a spoon and I can't visualize a spoon in my head, I have found with David that he goes down a rabbit hole of reference, and it actually, he already knows what he wants to do, and the references, it never helps.
No, and I almost never actually really look at it. What kills me is I'll go, I want this kind of a shot, and I'm looking. I finally find, like, basically what I'm like, I don't know, and I just drop myself anyway.
Yeah.
I just, you know what it is? There are times I get in my head. You know, I just did a picture. I finished it actually this morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's for something I can't talk about. I'm excited about it. It's very different for me, and it was a challenge. It was just totally like outside of my wheelhouse, and so I did a whole version of it that was awful. And I probably, I don't know, I put a bunch of time into reference. You know, now the reference, it wasn't like, oh, how do I draw a hand or whatever. It was just trying to like get ideas, because I don't want to draw the same picture over and over. So I want some kind of inspiration, and it was a disaster. And it actually turned out that apparently I got an email with reference for the costume that I was supposed to draw, and I didn't realize, so I had to completely start again, because anyway, turned out to be a good thing. The second one I just drew, and it always, the amount of times that I've done covers where I hate it and it's not working, and then I just finally just give up and just draw it, and it, you know, it works. It ends up being maybe even a little bit inventive.
You did crickets.
No.
Crickets.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's what I did.
I hope you found the couch comfortable last night. You might be there again tonight, my friend.
Yeah, it wasn't comfortable. A lot of times I end up working late, and at 4 o'clock in the morning, part of it is I'm so tired, I just fall asleep on the couch. And part of it is I don't want to go up and wake Meredith up at 4 in the morning, because she wakes up and she can't fall back to sleep. So I just end up sleeping on the couch, which is not.
I didn't even hear the storm last night. I was out.
Yeah, so I could have just came up. I was wiped out though. So tired.
All right, next question comes from Greg L. How do you tilt? This is a super chat for $2. How do you tilt the torso like this?
Thank you, Greg, for the super chat. I think I'm hesitating, because what I want to say is I want to do a proper video on drawing torsos, and I've been actually getting a lot of people asking. That's like the most popular request in the arm video, and it's probably been my most popular figure drawing request this whole time. So, and I feel like I have an approach. I'm hoping I have an approach, because I'll tell you what, for me, I found the arm drawing video to be really informative for me. You know, I learned a bit, and I really enjoyed it. And I kind of want to do the same thing for torsos and see if I can break down things like that, like, you know, bending over a figure and making it work, and those kinds of things that honestly over the years, I don't break it down in probably the kind of way that I could, just because you get it to the point where it's kind of working and you basically repeat yourself, which is not ideal. I mean, you know, that's how you can start to really shrink artistically, I think. And so, yeah, I'd like to do a video on torsos and do a segment on breaking it down in those kinds of blocky Bridgman shapes, you know? I mean, really, my arm video, it's like a total Bridgman. It's my attempt to do Bridgman. I already said that today, didn't I?
I'm in trouble.
Why?
Because It's Knock is on the stream tonight. You know what It's Knock just wrote?
What?
It's Everett, your son. And I just called him Nosferatu.
I love it.
I'm the worst mom ever.
Wow, you were busted.
I am.
And you just promised him you would be nice.
I did too. I love you so much, Everett.
It's official. I'm sleeping on the couch. I'm not even coming upstairs. I want to see the fallout.
Oh, dear.
I guarantee this is the only time he's ever watched 2. I don't even know what he's doing.
No, I don't think so. He's been on before.
Has he?
Yeah, he has been on
All
before. Kava Jane is desperately asking you how to shade leaves.
How to shade leaves?
Yes.
Like a tree. All right. Because I've got such a mess here, you know what? Let me get a different piece of paper. I'm running out of room.
While you're doing that, you can talk while you're shading leaves. M has a super chat question for $5. Thanks for your amazing content. Just want to know what you feel has been the run you're most proud of drawing. The book you're working on right now, but
yes.
It hasn't come out.
Yeah, absolutely.
The top secret book
that
he's working on that has not come out yet.
I just got a batch script. Very excited about it. It's a phenomenal book. It's taken a while. What was I? Oh yeah, leaves. Okay, so I'm just gonna use this pen here. I'm gonna draw a leaf. So there you go. There's the leaf. And then I'm gonna draw another one coming out to the side here, and then another one. I like drawing them in 3s. Honestly, because of P. Craig Russell, he always does this, and they look amazing. So, you know, you just kind of, I find if I draw like leaf, it starts to be a bit of a mess, but it's amazing how much working in 3s like this just has a pleasing effect over the whole picture. So that's what I end up doing. And then, you know, a little thicker on the underside. I'm lighting it from above. And then let me grab a smaller pen because this will just make a mess. And so I've got my center, and then it just kind of fans out like this, the, you know, veins, and I can even get like crazy with it probably, but now, I'm not exactly talking and intellectualizing any of this, really. Like, I'm not sure exactly what to say about it, because it's a fairly simple process. But that would be it. So there's some leaves.
Perfect. We were talking about your top secret project.
Yeah.
We have a super chat from Daniel Castelli right now. I don't even know why I tried that. That was a total fail.
Yeah, now it's under my chair.
It was. That's where I need the wah, wah, wah. Anyway, so Daniel Castelli super chat for $4.99 says, every stream, Dave mentions something he can't talk about. I have top secret clearance at the Pentagon, and you have more secrets than me.
Well, you know what? Your secrets are important, so there's that. My secrets
no one's gonna get blown up.
No one's gonna get blown up, but I would get fired, and I need this job.
Yeah. Thank you, One Mighty R, who says, excellent stream. David Meredith.
Thank you.
Vivek #1 says, Dave, love from India. May you live long.
Oh, well, that's so nice. Thank you, Vivek.
I told him he's going to live.
You too.
His age times 2. His current age times 2.
Which is why she keeps bugging me to be in shape. You know what? I can always tell I'm getting too fat when I start hearing about it all the time. Like, she's usually pretty, you know, I don't hear much. And then I'm like, okay, I'm starting to.
And you get mad, but it's concern. I don't want to go, like.
Who would not get mad having somebody tell them they're fat all the time?
How old was your dad when he died? Because I don't think he hit 70.
Yeah, oh, no, he did. But yes, he died too young.
Yeah. And not in a healthy way. So let's not have that.
All right, point taken.
Go for a walk. It's too easy when you sit at a desk all day and you don't even leave your house. You can mute me all you want, but I can still project my voice and be heard by your microphone.
I'm feeling better, though.
Everybody here wants you to live long and do lots of art.
Oh, man, I really thought this mute button was going to work.
It's not working out. It might work for me next week, though. When I have control. Every time you start drawing something, I'm going to put the crickets on. But I keep 2 screens open on my computer so that when you start talking too much, I just flip to my home deco page.
Do you? Why am I asking? Do you? Of course you do.
I don't know why you're asking.
Oh, man.
All right. Pardon me. I got in the habit of turning right to cough.
Yep. And so, you coughed into the microphone?
Yeah, sorry.
Well.
Gotta get into the habit of going left now. All right, let's make sure I don't miss any super chats. I would like an ETA on the picture, FYI, please. ETA, FYI.
15 minutes, Meredith.
15, okay. Just because then I can wrap up like super chat questions and stuff too. Next question was from Greg L. Oh. For $2, I render and my pic looks messy, even with clean lines. Then next time you render 50% less. You do that when you paint. You don't know when to stop.
Yes. Okay. Yes, and that's a factor. But the other factor is that your rendering needs to be really purposeful. Like all the rendering that I've got, I'm rounding out from dark to light here, and it's all here. Look at this. I'm totally off the. I've been off the picture this whole time. This is the worst. Okay.
I can't control you that.
Yeah.
And nobody on the stream said anything. Usually Henry's good for that.
Yeah. So this is like a dark shape, and I'm lighting out from it, and I'm rounding around the form, and I'm making sure that it's all confined to that area and serving that purpose. And I'm going to render. Here, watch this. So I'm going to render up from his leg here toward the light, just in this area, and I know his overall leg is rounding this way, and I want these to come to just make a small gradation from here to the outside of the leg. I'm really having trouble talking. Anyway, and so here we go. And so even though they're very small, they're very organized. They're also evenly spaced. So you really want them to be even. And if you evenly space your lines enough and make sure that they're all organized in a pattern that actually makes a coherent sense, and that can take a bit to get used to, but really the best way to do it is to look at artists that do it well. Dale Keown is incredible. You could argue that the style is, well, okay, you could argue that my favorite Dale Keown stuff is maybe a little dated now. The stuff he's doing now is phenomenal, but the stuff that I really learned on is a bit of a different style now. But there are artists that do it incredibly well. Travis Charest is phenomenal. I keep saying Travis, but he's so good. And if it's organized well enough, you can render forever. So don't listen to Meredith. Just keep putting that in there. Go nuts with it. But it needs to be organized.
I'm a writer, not an artist.
And I'll tell you, you could detail a painting forever too if you really know what you're doing. When my paintings fall apart, it's because I don't. And I'm working outside of my skill set and my knowledge, and it's showing. That's all.
All right. Thank you, Guru Finch. We've been watching Cobra Kai, which is...
That would be Sensei.
Finch. That's why I just was like, change it as you said it.
Yeah, we're finished, unfortunately.
I know, so sad.
We have, I don't know if there's maybe more seasons somewhere else, but in Canada we had
No,
2
it's only
seasons on
3.
Netflix. Okay.
But another one's confirmed. All right, next super chat comes from Doc Rockart. You know who that is?
Yeah, absolutely.
For $10. How do you say it in euros? $10.99? $10.99? That doesn't make sense. €10.99? Is it euros and cents?
And it's not euros, it's euros. My mother went to Europe a few years ago, and for ages she kept calling it euros.
Yeah, you know what? Here in
She was driving me up the wall, and
euros.
maybe
Your
it's
mother also says, and I love your mother, but
yeah.
Detroit. It's because of the dyslexia.
I guess,
Isaac
yeah.
says words wrong too. Like when he was studying for his pony club test, he kept calling.
You realize this will be the one time my mother's watching. Now
Maybe.
It's going to be me.
But he
You
kept
gotta
calling
remember.
the crest the cirrus, because that's how he was seeing the word.
Just seeing
right?
it, yeah. There you go.
So
anyway, thank you very much, Dr. Rock. Apologies. I want to say too, by the way, I actually
comment first. Just say it.
Okay, Dr. Rock on his channel, phenomenal channel. We did a video together about 2 months ago now. Too much time. We need to do another one. But he's been doing a Draw Like David Finch series, and I think he might be wrapped up now. But I've got a link to his channel on my channel. He's one of my favorite channels, so I try and recommend him as much as I can. And not right now, stay with us, but when this is done, please go by Dr. Rock's channel, check out his videos. They're incredibly entertaining. He's got some great stuff. Go ahead.
So Dr. Rock says, hey guys, Dr. Rock in the house. That's a sick Bane, and I also have to sleep on the couch tonight in order to watch you guys today. Love your streams. All the sacrifices for art.
Yeah, it's worth it. And we're glad to have him.
It's worth it. I don't know, maybe he's got like a little IKEA couch and it's not as comfy as this big Barca lounger I'm sitting on here that truly kills me.
His wife has horses. Did I tell you that?
Really?
They've got dogs. His wife has horses. She's a horse person.
His wife and I will get along so
yeah.
well. But this couch is awful. I know you love it, but that's, you know what? At 100,000, I'm getting a new couch. I'm getting a new comfy place for Meredith to sit for the stream.
Oh, that reminds me. You're going to kill me for this, I know, because we don't have too much time, but I really wanted to do this. This will just take a minute, Meredith. I'm sorry. But I wanted to show you guys my Dragon Rage cover. I did this for Jimmy Reyes for Page One Comics. It's so close you can't see it. Let me try and pull out. But yeah, this is my, it really didn't work very well. My Dragon Rage cover for Jimmy Reyes' comic, Dragon Rage. Anyway, I wanted to show this to you guys earlier on, a few weeks ago, and I got stopped because it wasn't shown yet. Now, I think that Jimmy, he's got the inks. It's all inked. He did a beautiful job, and I think he's not showing that yet, the finished version, but he gave me permission to show you guys the pencils, and I really wanted to do that. And I wanted to thank Jimmy, for everything he's done for the channel. He's been a great friend and, a huge help. And so, I'd ask you guys to, check out his site and, hopefully pick up a copy of Dragon Rage. It's a beautiful book, beautifully drawn. And yeah, that's it. Sorry, Meredith, but I wanted to, I remembered that about an hour ago and I thought I want to get that in there.
Jimmy's book more than you promoted mine. That's fine.
I didn't have a YouTube channel that I was using.
Yeah, just kidding. The Lone Draftsman says, Finch, Sensei, render on, render off.
There you go. Perfect.
Sheldon Martin says, Dave's mom, sister, and Nosferatu are watching.
Now my camera's all over the place now. This has got to be so unpleasant to watch me do this. And it jiggles when you do it. Okay, I'm going to pull out just a little bit here just before, and in just a minute, I'm going to go to my smaller pen, but just, so we can see the whole picture just a bit while I finish some of the rocks, because I have a feeling I've been drawn off the camera this whole time again.
Daniel Castelli has a super chat for $1.99. Daniel says, here's the secret. Chosen confirmed for season 3. What show's Chosen? Have we watched it yet? I have.
Chosen.
Yeah.
Is that a show?
I guess so.
We'll have to check it out.
We'll have to watch it. Check it out.
And there's already 2 seasons for sure.
Yeah. That's good.
Because, yeah, we just finished... we're watching Sons of Anarchy.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
Cobra Kai.
which we love. Yeah, it was such a good show. It got a little bit like a teen drama.
William Zabka, that guy, so underrated.
Yeah. If I ever become a big, powerful director,
Casting
which
him.
totally could happen.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah, I would cast him because he's great.
Oh, Henry just said, Dave, don't forget to zoom out so we can just see the whole drawing. I can always count on Henry.
Actually, yeah, you know, I was zoomed in with Jimmy's, but hopefully.
And Corey said, Dave Finch, that's how we pronounce it in Germany, so your mother is right.
I know, but when she says it, though.
And Johnny Cage, JP7 says, if your mother says it's euros,
then it's euros.
Euros.
That's right. Okay, fair enough.
If your mother or your wife says it, then it is that.
Yeah. Yeah, by the way, if you think Meredith is, you know...
you think I'm killer?
Yeah.
You have not met Dave's mom.
She's tough.
I'm afraid of her. Oh! Chosen wasn't a show. Chosen is the villain from Karate Kid 2. Confirmed for Cobra Kai Season 3.
Oh, you know what? And you never even saw Karate Kid 2.
I didn't know.
I did.
Thank you, Daniel. That was it. He super chatted that to tell us for $4.99.
Oh, man, Daniel.
Chosen. I don't know. I never saw Karate Kid 2.
And I did, but it's been so long. I just didn't even remember.
I just like Kreese.
You know what's going to happen?
He's such a bad... like, he's so good at being bad.
Yes.
Because you know those two are going to team up now. Like, Johnny's going to take over...
They have to. If they don't...
Miyagi-Do, which...
I hit the end of them fighting.
I did not
couldn't take it anymore.
Miyagi-Do.
Yeah, no.
It wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, it's not the best, but, you know. It was very touchy-feely anyway, so...
Yeah.
I would be... Okay, look. You know, I'd get my butt kicked, I'm sure. But that being the case, I'd still be a Cobra Kai. Much cooler. I want to get the shirt now. Except that now that the show has kind of been out, the shirt's going to be totally played out by the time
Cobra Kai shirt?
Yeah, I'll look like...
a Cobra Kai shirt.
I still want to do it.
Can't do it.
I'm actually wearing my XM Studios shirt right now. This is XM Studios. I did the Batman statue with, and the XM fell off my shirt. I wore it too much. So now it's just a black shirt. I can actually, yeah, I'm sure you can't see it here, but I can see a little shadow of XM on there.
I might have ironed it off.
Really?
That's not true. No, it went through the dryer.
Yeah.
Oh, Johnny Cage says he's waiting for the next season of Lucifer, best comic and best show. Let me try that. Sheldon Martin says Karate Kid 2 is just terrible. Definitely not as good as the first, but Daniel Castelli super chatted for $1.99 to say Karate Kid 2 is the best sequel ever. You must watch it.
Well, there you go. You know what? We need to watch both. Now that the show is it's going to be a bit of a lull.
Yeah, we should watch with the kids, and then the kids can watch Cobra Kai.
Yeah, there you go.
The Lone Draftsman says, Meredith didn't, all in caps, Meredith didn't see Karate Kid Part 2? No! Oh, dear.
We saw the Will Smith, or well, the Jaden Smith Karate Kid. Not a bad movie. There's also Karate Kid with, I want to say Jennifer Garner, but I think that's wrong.
No, it's Hilary Swank.
There you go.
SCS Powerlifting, $5 super chat question. Dave, did you watch The Boys? Season 2 just started.
Not yet, and part of the reason for that, I don't know if you would watch it.
I don't know if I would either.
And I mean, you really like Garth Ennis, you know? Like, I mean, personally, you like him.
Yeah, I like Garth.
I tried to get Meredith to read some of Preacher. Yeah. Not really Meredith's thing.
Actually, you told me not to read it.
Oh, you're right. I shouldn't even... I did, because I wanted to recommend it. I've got all of it, and I love it, but I mean, it's... Look, I'm a Christian. I'm going to just say that right now. And, you know, it could be a little rough on Christians here and there. So, yeah, I thought maybe Meredith would be a little... I mean, it's not like you're so defensive or anything, but I think you would have probably... Might have been a little much.
I might have just said it's not for me.
Yeah. But, you know...
I tend to not get offended. People do their thing.
Well, there you go. You know, maybe you should try it. I mean, you really like Garth Ennis. He's a nice guy.
I do that with all my free time.
There you go.
Daniel Castelli is a super chat for $1.99. Karate Kid 2 was when Kreese broke Johnny's trophy. All right, fair enough. Maybe I did watch it. I just don't remember it.
Yeah, I vaguely remember it. It's just been so long.
Lone Draftsman says just skip Karate Kid Part 3 and the next Karate Kid / Hillary Swank one.
You know what? I watched Karate Kid Part 3 more recently too. Like not even all that long, or maybe it was a while. It just doesn't seem like that long. I enjoyed it. I hear what you're saying though. You know, it started getting a little crazy. Like he's in Japan, and next thing you know, it's like it just.
Is that the no, where he meets the Japanese girl and she makes him the tea ceremony.
See, you like that too, right?
Yeah, I totally. Is that the Karate Kid Part 2?
Part 3.
That was Part 3?
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, me too. But I mean, I could see how.
I remember that one. I don't remember Part 2.
Yeah, I could see how somebody would not like that movie. You know, fair enough. But I liked it. I'm such a sucker, though.
Yeah. All right.
Softy is what I meant. Sucker.
Softy. Yes, you have a heart of gold.
I mean, I'm also a sucker. But yeah, I meant softy.
The only people who call you that are the people who took advantage.
Well. Very philosophical. Thank you.
And then it's just Karate Kid 2 is in Japan. No, that's Part 2. That's Part 2. Part 2 is in Japan. In Okinawa. Says the stream. So Part 3 is Hillary Swank.
Oh.
Okay, so we like Part 2.
So we did see Part 2.
Yeah. Oh, I just don't remember.
We need to watch it again. So there you go. We like the movie that people like. I'm glad.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, Part 3 is the one with the ponytail guy who takes over Cobra Kai.
Okay.
There we go. All right. It really was the best sequel ever. I love that one.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Everybody's like, no, it's Part 2. Part 3 was this. There we go. So now we've got it all sorted out.
Well, it's all on, I'm assuming it's all on Netflix. If it's not,
I don't know that it is, actually.
we'll get it on Xbox.
Does anybody know of Karate Kids on Netflix? I'm just going to wait for the stream to give me an answer. Daniel Castelli is laughing right now. He says, he super chats $4.99. You guys are so cringe right now. Karate Kid 2, Daniel in Japan. Karate Kid 3 was Terry Silver. 4 is Hillary Swank. Thank you. We are cringy. Look, I never claimed to not be cringy. I just want to say that. My kids tell me I'm a boomer all the time. But even though I'm not a boomer, I should probably have known that. But I'm sorry, Daniel. You have all the Pentagon secrets, though. So you should know this stuff.
So that means Daniel knows where the aliens are.
That's true. He knows what's in Area 51. Is that the right area?
Yes.
51?
I mean, I don't know if that's where the aliens are, but that's, you know, where everybody
New Mexico.
thinks they are.
In Roswell, New Mexico.
Yeah.
There used to be a show called Roswell. I liked it. It was a long time ago. It was like I was in university, but that really is a long time ago. Maybe I was in university. Maybe the kids were little. Who knows? All right, next super chat comes from Greg L. Oh, you can tell it's getting late.
I am
There it is,
wrapping up.
on $2. I can never bend / foreshorten the arm like this.
If you have watched the arm video, I really did try and break that down in a way that emphasizes those kinds of movements. And I will say also, it being a YouTube video, I could only cover so much. I said in the video, you know, I could do it all day, and I wish I could just spend hours just doing that and put that up. I will say this. Okay, no, I'm not gonna say it.
Good. Greg L has a super chat for $2. Greg says he's seen all but Karate Kid 1 is the one I can remember. He's seen them all, but Karate Kid 1 is the one he can remember.
Well, I remember Karate Kid 1. I remember going to the movies to see that. I was very, very young. Saw that one in the theater.
Ronald R. Lyon says, just watch Glory of Love music video by Peter Cetera. Because that's the Karate Kid. We did it all for the Glory of Love. You don't get it.
I'm laughing on the inside. You're right. I don't get it.
That's fine. That was the song from the movie, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Right? So they have the movie clips and the video.
We'll be laughing about that tomorrow when we watch it.
Leaving you behind right now. Michael Johnson Curry for $5. Things have been super hard for me art-wise, but you have been so supportive and encouraging, and it's really kept me going. It means a lot. Love you both. Thank you so much, Michael. Just keep with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, okay.
I just read a quote today from Thomas More. And I read it today because I have like this little, Bible verse or whatever, little inspirational quote every day that I on a calendar. And I'm probably going to get it wrong, but basically it said, God give me the grace to work for the things that I pray for, basically. Like, or something like, the things I pray for, God give me the grace to work for them. Like,
it's totally not the quote.
Oh my gosh. That's the worst. Now I'm going to have to Google it. But basically what it was saying is when you pray for something, you still have to work for it. So, and I know for all of you out there who are struggling to break into comics, just keep working. Don't give up.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. And, quitting is really the number one thing that eliminates your competition, truthfully,
Yes.
Just don't let it be you. And people quit all the time. Very talented people, all the time. Which I think is a real shame.
Oh, ODM Photography has a super chat for $2 who said, he just says, thanks for saying that you're a Christian live. I am too.
Ah, well, that's very nice. That is very nice.
I think people like to know that, I'm Googling my Thomas More quote. My internet's so slow, it's going to take me an hour just to get my next Google tab up. Still thinking. It's still going back and forth.
And yeah, meanwhile, I'm basically just.
You're not doing anything.
I'm just drawing. Like I'm burning through this right now. So not exactly interesting conversation.
Okay. Tainted Life wants to know how we're dealing with the pandemic. We are desperately waiting for children to go back to school.
Yeah.
That's how we're dealing right now.
You know what? My pandemic solution, because I'm a paranoid person and a little obsessive, is I thought, oh no, it's gonna be really bad for comics, and what if things fall apart and whatever. And now it's been fine, truthfully. I mean, stores were closed for a couple months and everybody's kind of back up. But regardless, that's what made me a big reason why I started the YouTube channel. I thought, what is there that is in the modern world right now? Video is not going away, and being online and that kind of thing. And I'm not really the best with social media. I'm still not the best. Even though Eric totally helped me out with my Instagram, my phone's just sitting there. I just got too much going on. But regardless, anyway, I really thought, maybe now is a good time. And I know a lot of people have been kind of thinking along those lines. Maybe now is a good time to start branching out into more of a digital economy kind of a thing. And so, yeah, that was kind of the thinking behind it. Now, I don't really have a plan in terms of actually making an economy. Truthfully, it's not really, but I'm just finding I'm really enjoying it. It's actually giving me so much more pleasure in my job, and I feel like I'm understanding my art more, just from explaining it.
I found my quote.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. The things, good Lord, that we pray for, give us the grace to labor for.
Ah, there you go. See, yeah.
It's so much better than I did. But yeah, basically, work hard.
Yeah. Work hard, and I remember the heartache and the pain that I went through trying to get in.
Still do.
Okay, yeah, I still do. But Meredith, you didn't know me then. It was worse. I was, it was so hard, and the self doubt, because when you make it, all of a sudden that's a huge validation, and you think, look at this, I made it, I'm there, and then of course you realize that that's step one. I don't want to be a downer, but it really is. Like, now you're competing with, for me it was other people in the studio, and every other comic out there all of a sudden is your direct competition. You're not just competing with people trying to get in. It's it's the UFC, it's the big leagues, and it's a scary thing. But yeah, you get that validation, and until you do, it can be easy to start thinking, is this something, am I kidding myself? I don't know. I would say my experience, I've seen talented people that won't make it, and I've seen untalented people
who had the guts to just grit through.
And I think you could call talent, I don't want to even say aptitude, what you could call it is how easy the path is going to be. That's what talent is. It's how easy your path is. Obviously, there's a limit. I mean, I can't do math to save my life. I'm never going to be a mathematician, so there's no path for me there at all. But for those of that you're drawing, it's something that you can do and you have an aptitude for, and that's going to vary from person to person. But you know what? When it's not coming easy, and there's somebody out there that just blows you away and can do it easily, it's not something to be upset about at all, because those aren't almost usually the people that really actually make a career of it. The people that make a career of it are the people that will sit down and do the work. And I mean, I'll tell you what, like, just on Skillshare, some people have gone back and done like 3-4 versions and keep revisiting. Like Jazz Singh has done a bunch. Now he's going to be working on samples, which I'm looking forward to seeing. Jazz, you know what? Let me just say, put them on Skillshare or the Discord. Now, I'm so bad with Discord right now. I'm pulled in too many directions.
Dave, I'm going to move you on to the next super chat, which is Rique Angles for what? Ricky Anglas 123 for €5. Dave, what are your favorite MMA fighters besides GSP, which is St. Pierre? Meredith, leave the cat in charge of the sound buttons for a few minutes.
Okay, Derek Lewis, for obvious reasons, because I mean he's hilarious. He's just so entertaining. Mastival, I think, is phenomenal. Dustin Poirier, you know what, Eddie Alvarez, okay, you know what, probably my favorite, if I had to think, like, who's the one that I pull for, and unfortunately I do think that you only get so much time. It's one thing, drawing, you can do this forever, but fighting, you really do, you kind of hit the wall, and I kind of think maybe he has. But Jose Aldo, I think he's such a great fighter. He's such a great defensive fighter, and his last fight was hard to watch. I was very sad.
McGregor, Kahib, Ferguson, and Israel Adesanya.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Who's doing great right now? He's got a big fight coming up pretty soon. Yeah. Yeah. I love the heavyweights. I don't like seeing fights on the ground, and I mean, that's such a ridiculous thing to say with UFC. I know that makes me not a very good hardcore fan, but I want to see them get up and fight. Not that I want to see the ref pick them up and say, stand up and whatever. Like, I think that's garbage when that happens, but I prefer fighters that are going to get in there and bang. And that's why, like Nate Diaz and his brother are great. And, any fighter kind of in that vein, I'm always a big fan of, so.
One Mighty R has a $2 super chat. Thanks for the stream and the art advice.
Oh yeah, thank you, Mighty, again.
And then Daniel Castelli, $4.99. To be clear, Daniel says, I'm just a FedEx guy who has clearance for access. But I asked about aliens, and the science department believes with water on Mars, yes. Fair enough.
So there you go. See, he might say he's just a FedEx guy, but we talked about aliens, and he just confirmed there were aliens.
That's right.
So I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Jimmy has a question for me. Meredith Finch, when we pray for patience, does God give us patience or the opportunity to learn patience? I think we know the answer to that question, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's great.
It's the opportunity.
Is that Jimmy Reyes?
Yes, Page One Comics. That's Jimmy.
Oh,
right?
see, now you say... See, when you say Page One Comics, I know it's Jimmy. When you say Jimmy, I'm not... That's the worst.
It is Jimmy. It took me 16 weeks to remember it was Jimmy.
Well, great to see you here, Jimmy.
And it is. It's the opportunity to learn patience. That's,
We were talking about your book.
yeah, he knows.
Oh, okay.
Anthony, that he's been here. Anthony,
Oh, was he? Oh, see, I didn't even know. Oh, wow.
has a super chat for $1.99. These streams have helped me stay sane during COVID. Dave, are you done? Because you told me 2 hours, and it's.
I know. I actually really am.
2.5 hour mark.
I was about to sign it, and I just want to go. Really, I'm done. So
Okay.
yeah, you're fine.
All right. So
I know.
no more super chats.
We
Save
went
your
over.
Super chat for next week.
I apologize for going over. All right. Oh, here, one more line.
And the last question I'm going to read comes from the Lone Draftsman because he had a monster super chat
certainly
tonight,
did, yes.
so he deserves to have the last word. Hustle and grind every day. I remember meeting David back at San Francisco Con many years ago, reviewing my work, and that was very inspiring. I've had some setbacks, but don't want to give up.
Wow, that is absolutely great to hear. And yeah, I mean, we all do, you know. Life gets in the way, and you know, you can never predict what your road is going to be. And I love art for being you know, it's an expression. And it could be such an expression of who you are, and you know, it's a great thing to have when you're in a rough spot. So I think that's great.
Did you sign it?
I did.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. This isn't my job to say.
Oh,
that.
yes. Thank you, everybody, for coming and spending the night with us. Again, we always appreciate it. It's really great to see, you know, a lot of the same people here every week. I can't tell you how much that means to both me and Meredith that, you know, we have... Thank
no,
you.
It's me and Meredith.
No, actually, it would be Meredith and me.
Meredith and me. But you would say me because...
I would say me, but I would say Meredith and me. Anyway, yeah, I feel like, you know, we have a real community here.
And some grammar lessons.
And some grammar lessons, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it's very special to me. Really appreciate it. And Meredith, do you have anything you want to say?
No, thanks for coming. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
I'll try to move the microphone so it's not falling off the garbage can.
Now I'm way away from I probably, because these ones, I got new microphones and you're supposed to be closer to them. And
Just
so I'm way over here. There, now I'm in the microphone.
Even with all the super chats, we still haven't paid off all of the things Dave keeps buying for the stream.
And I'm not stopping now. I can't help myself. All right, anyway, thanks again. We will see you guys next week. Have a great week.
Bye.